Everything is everything, baby. And it's gonna be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday nights. Hopefully y'all all done got paid. It's that time of the evening. This is Feel the Love Fridays. I'm your boy, Big Phil Speaks. My co-host, my lovely co-host, Evolution Brooklyn, will be sliding through un momento, por favor. You feel me? Pull up a chair. Don't be scared. Hopefully you put them kiddies to bed because this is grown man and grown woman business here. You feel me? Come strap in, get all your libations, whether it's water, coffee, tea, you know what I'm saying, donuts, a tree, whatever it may be. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure you got your grown man pants on and your grown women, whatever on. You feel me? Because we going to have a wonderful time tonight. You feel me? As usual, China First is in the building. Good afternoon. Good evening to ye. Track baby, trick baby, crack baby, trick baby. Andrea Michelle, happy birthday to you, Andrea Michelle. Huh? Tavy, I see you. Night Rider, the home team, the Good Money Gang, Southeast Slim in the building. Hey, Bad Wilson. Hey, fun freestyle Friday. If it's freestyling, it's freaky, whatever you want to call it. Just feel the love in it all. You feel me? Listen, tell a friend to tell a friend. She come through the door, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. We want to menage with the algorithm, huh? We know y'all got love for us and you want to embrace us, but we got to menage with the algorithm. The algorithm. Y'all know where we at over here. Thank you, Jeannie Miles. I was making a couple of noises. You know what I'm talking about? Dino Brown, come on around to YouTube. Listen, y'all see what that title is? I got to change. Hold on, I got to change a letter in that jump. Gotta change that ASAP like Rocky. Got that there. Change this one ASAP like Rocky. Typing fast, ladies and gentlemen. Typing fast to do that. Bop. Got them in there. The title is To Pay or Not to Pay is the question. Or are we all paying in some way, shape, or form when it comes to love, romance, and all of the things there within? You feel me? Huh? Lisa, music for God too, darling. What's goody like the mom? Listen. Papa True Guns, you know where we at. Come on over. There's D in the building. Super official. He's in the building. What's goody like the mob, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be one of them nights. I'm telling you. It's going to be one of them wonderful nights. As people come through the door, understand this is grown man and grown woman business. So put them children in the bed, make them go in the other room, downstairs to the base, wherever they play or out the way. It's night time for them. It's turn up time for us. You hear me? You know when he was little and the adults wanted to have that adult time, you better go take the bed. And they went there. You can hear him downstairs cackling, talking and drinking and just having a good time. That's what Feel the Love Friday is about. Whether you looking for something, whether you're looking for a fling or a weekend thing or a part-time thing, whether you're looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right for the rest of your life, or you already taken or you just straight faking, you can still be a part of the conversation. So listen. Don't be afraid. Matter of fact, I'm slipping. Let me put this. Put the link in the comment so I can pin that joint. And when I pin it, I'm gonna have to go from here and pin it. You can be a part of our guest co-host for the evening. Let me do this so I can grab hold of it. Bop. It's pinned at the top in the dark blue link. Understand, you can either click it and it should bring you on over, and if it don't, by chance, copy and paste it into your browser and it'll bring you on through. You can be a part of the show. If you don't want to show your face, If you don't want to show your face for whatever reason, you can have your camera off, just your mic up, and we can talk about it. Listen, we all grown and we all sexy in our own right. Am I sexy now? We all, you know what I'm saying, exude some sort of sexiness in our lives as grown adults. Let's all come together, be grown and sexy, and have good grown and sexy conversation. Huh? And I can almost guarantee it will get spicy. Little jalapeno, little habanero, huh? Little Scottish bonnets, peppers, all them things. Ghost peppers, huh? QV, she's in the place to be. Cassie, I see you. If you have a cricket phone, make sure it's clear. That part. Damn it. Do 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 do. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube, please, ladies and gentlemen. Shala, we back. You feel me? Everything is everything. No matter if you don't look like it, yeah. Keep your faith and up above. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hey. Listen, come on in the door. Come on in the door. The doors of this good place is open. Yeah, I'm talking about come one, come all. Listen, you act right, you might find someone that makes. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Wavy Crockett. Woo, 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 woo. Listen. Oh, now you want to sing. I'm just making some noise. I ain't even really singing. I'm making noise. That's all. Past the y'all bugging off the early. Listen. Tell a friend to come on in. Blazing Dog. Lisa Wilfred. All y'all come on in. You feel me? Come on into the house. You feel me? Avion Baby. Yes, that's her, Sexy Diva. Listen, we on that good YouTube link is right there. Huh? Uh-oh. Cassie, I got you. Un momento, por favor. I got you. How is everybody feeling on this wonderful Friday evening? Whether it's a hot one, whether it's a cool, brisk one, whether it's been a sunny one or a horribly rainy one. How are y'all feeling? Huh? It's the weekend. Hopefully you ain't got to go to work tomorrow. But then maybe if you got somebody special, you can put in work tonight and tomorrow. Listen. Huh? Hey, Miss Durain, you know where we at, the good YouTube. Come on over. Hey. Listen. Evolution Brooklyn, she coming, Sha Love. You know she be coming. She be on CP time sometimes. She be on CP time. I'm amazing minus the briskness in the air, but the briskness sometimes, you know what I'm saying, make it even better. You hear me? Long as it's not too brisk or too cold, listen, we can get along. We can go along there. Get along, huh? She's a square from Delaware. What you sniggling and giggling about, Cassie? Sniggling and giggling.
I was talking to my son. I said, let me come up early.
I see you living out your youthful dreams in your what you call it. She was up there, look glittered up. She was Beyonce. I'm in here. Me and my daughter. We in here. Oh. Y'all was in there all the single ladies.
Look. Time waits for no one. So you got to get it while you can.
That part. I ain't mad at you. Listen, life is about experiences anyway. So why not enjoy it when you can? Evolution.
Hey.
Listen. I made sure you was good before I cammed up though. Like you wasn't doing too. You good.
Thank you. Hey.
How to do?
Happy Friday.
Notorious, that part. You feel me? She was like all the single ladies, her and her daughter was twinning. They was trying to be twinning. They was up there. They was like, ooh, Beyonce. They was doing all that. All right. Okay. All right. In living color.
I'm trying to get
Look,
it together so I can see the comments. Hey, y'all, I can't see y'all yet.
that was an experience of an experience of an experience that I mean, the very first concert I ever been to was SWV. That was in the 90s when they first came out. In the 90s. Hello, that was in the 1900s, like Tiffany Haddish would say. That's
Well,
in the
hold on.
1900s.
You making it seem a little bit old. You know, the 1900s. You making it sound like damn near BC, right? When after the days after he rose from the grave, like
but it was just amazing, and to be there with my daughter, and to also
share that experience.
Yeah, and you know how Blue Ivy gets on a stage with her mama. That's her
Yeah.
oldest, and I was there with my youngest. Man,
Oh.
hats off. So yeah.
Did y'all turn to each other and start? Ain't no man, ain't no.
Hello, Miss Brooklyn.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm over here malfunctioning.
That's all right. That's all right. I want to make sure I acknowledge you.
Hi, I didn't want to interrupt you while you was talking.
I don't know what Evolution be doing. She be up doing something. She be coming up in the background. I have to look first before I camera up to make sure there ain't no oopsies. Yeah. And then when I said, okay, she decent. Okay. I still caught her off guard. She's like, oh, hi, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all come on over to YouTube.
Yes.
But you asked a question. You said, how is everybody feeling? And before I could put it in the chat, you cam me up. I'm feeling fantastic. It's my birthday weekend. My birthday's coming on Monday. I got the whole week off.
That's beautiful.
Showing out. So Beyonce was like an early birthday present.
That was for my daughter. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Dope. Ma, you gonna put
That's
on
a
that
good
outfit?
start.
Hey y'all, fellas. She's showing ones. She was out there like she was 22, y'all. She's showing them. Happy early birthday to you, Cass.
The doors of the church have opened.
Hey.
Hold on, that could be birthday, but
what else you plan on doing?
They went to the Beyonce concert, her and her daughter.
What else you gonna do? She got a whole week.
Say what?
What else
next week?
You got a whole week.
I'm going out of town next weekend. Next week.
Oh, that's good. Where you going?
I'm going to South Carolina for 4 days.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
She got a little.
Get her nice southern.
I wish, but no, I travels without that. One day I'm gonna have
you
one.
Pick it up when you get there.
No, that would be nice.
I'm from North Carolina. All you gotta do is go out in the middle of the street and say it's my birthday. Someone's gonna jump in your car with you, trust me. Some brother gonna jump in the car with you to change your life.
Change your life. Oh shit. Might change your life, all right.
He might get his life changed messing with me.
I know that's right.
You had your first drink over this weekend. What you got going on, Cassie?
I am not drinking. I'm just happy. I'm trying to contribute. I'm trying to let my hair down. I don't let my hair down.
I ain't even mad at you.
I'm trying to contribute. I'm very reserved.
She said I might change his life. Hey, Sabrina.
I think evolution is kind of rubbing off on me, but you know I'm very reserved, you know. So I'm trying to, you know.
She said I'm trying to open up.
I'm trying to contribute.
You trying to evolve like evolution? You trying to evolve?
Hey, you evolve like me, ain't no going back. Once you out there, girl.
Yeah, coming over to YouTube. The topic, hey, Keisha Hall can have herself a ball if her assets are in order. She's in the building. The topic of the day to start off is to pay or not to pay is the question. Or are we all paying when it comes to love, romance, etc., etc.? Whether it be money, whether it be time, whether it be heartbreak or something, you know, on the other side of heartbreak or whatever the case may be. Are we all paying a price to play along in this game called love, and the pursuit of happiness, and or something freaky along the way. I don't know.
Hey. Go ahead, Cassie. I'll let you handle that.
She said, look, she got the stutter. You go, what?
I'm so glad Cassie up here.
I believe we are paying a price. We are. I mean, whether that
One
is
way
the
or another.
price one way or another, whether it's some people paying the price. Okay. So like being single is not necessarily being lonely. You're just alone. But some people have the mindset that because they're single, they're lonely. So
No, it's big.
so they're paying a price in their mind that, oh my God, I'm single, I'm lonely, so I'm just gonna hook up with whoever because I don't want to be lonely. So you're paying a price. And I don't know if that's necessarily what you're talking about, but I don't know. Am I answering the question?
No, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. It really is. Um, I would like more fellas to chime in on this too, because in a lot of instances, we bear the brunt of the pursuing. We bear the brunt of what's proper etiquette as far as trying to date or court a woman. Uh, what to do, what to spend, how much to spend, if to spend it all. Should we spend? Should we not spend? Are we being gentlemen? Are we being dogs? Are we giving enough time? Are we giving the right energy? Are we being pressed or thirsty? Or are we adequately pursuing whoever it is we're trying to pursue? Fellas, don't be suckers. Don't be scared. We need y'all to chime in. You hear me?
So when you say that, you think that a man pays more price than a woman?
I'm not
When
saying
you're
they pay
if you're
more of a
thinking
price.
you're thinking of in the terms of money because the man courts the woman. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And differentiate that's what the second part. The second part is like duo fold. Like, aren't we all paying something by entertaining and or pursuing or dating, engaging, marrying somebody? And then the flip of that is fellas, because you talk about men paying this and that for women or whatever the case may be, whether it be for agreed upon sexual act or trying to use your pocket to woo a woman in courting, or just in general, just dating. Period. Even when you're married, aren't we all paying? Aren't we all paying when it comes to being with somebody? Like, because when you're married, the dating doesn't stop. Matter of fact, you get more responsibility. The bills, mortgage or rent, food, hair care, personal products. If you get babies, Pampers, wipes, all kinds of stuff. We pay irregardless, even down to back to the dating. Even if you're not buying expensive gifts, if you're courting or trying to date a woman properly, you want to take her out somewhere, whether it be as minimal as the movies, as minimal or as exquisite as eating out, because you can go from a little cheap spot to a 4-star, you know what I'm saying, joint or 5-star joint or whatever. Going out on outings, whether it be concerts, shows, whether it be a cheaper date or not cheaper date, but more less expensive date, a meal in the park or something, a little picnic, a little get together or a trip.
You're always paying because you're paying by giving up your time.
Hey, Carrie,
So
that's a fact.
we're always paying regardless. So whether whether it's your money, whether it's you're giving up your mental space, your emotional space, you're giving up your heart, you're always paying some way when it comes to relationships.
See, you come from a wise mind, someone that's been around for a second. I got to be careful.
I was waiting for him to say it. I was waiting.
Honey, I am 47, knocking off 48, and I am proud of my age, honey.
I ain't make no sudden moves.
I still got to be careful. Because it might be people in the audience. Well, hold on, Pheel, what you say?
Yeah, what you mean?
Right, so I got to be careful.
I got it honest. Okay, I got it honest.
But in the paying and doing, in the courting, in the dating, in the relationships, et cetera, the term simp is thrown around a lot, especially if you want to do something for a woman or just be a gentleman or whatever the case may be in any capacity. It could be just be friends or down to when you're dating, etc. And the mindset comes from a lot of these brothers that ain't about shit or want to do shit. first and foremost, and they don't know what being a man or a grown man, for that matter, is. And at the end of the day, yeah, you ain't got to come out your pocket hundreds and thousands to, you know what I'm saying, take a girl out or get her a gift or do something else. But you can do, you're gonna have to come out your pocket something. Let's be clear. Even if your broke behind is putting gas in your tank to go pick her up, to go walk through the park, you paying money to put gas in that tank. You paying time, as Cassie said, to actually experience that walk or whatever. But if you have a couple dollars, even if it's a couple extra dollars, even if you got to pick up some cold cheese, some little, you know, some sandwich bread, you know what I'm saying, some Kool-Aid or something, y'all go sit in the park with your little speaker on your little iPhone to boost mobile, Jonas. Something.
That's love for real.
Huh? You go sit out there on the old sheet, because you might not have a comforter, on the old sheet in the park, and you get to know each other. Listen, you paying.
I hate that simp. I don't like the way people throw that around. That simp. It sounds so negative, and really is like what you said. It's just a man being a grown man. And so when I hear ladies talk like that, I'm like, and I heard some men talk about it recently too on it live, and I was just like, that's just so derogatory in my mind. Like it's just an ugly thing just to be a man who wants to take care of a woman, who wants to be because a man wants to make sure you're straight. You know, do you have gas in your car? Do you need your tires pumped for whatever? Because the man is showing you that he cares. He's a simp. What is that? He can't just show me that he cares.
That's what they're here for, to be protectors and leaders. Now, if they can't understand that, then that's a problem all its own. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's a problem all its own. I mean, if you're not taking care of women, what you taking care of your boyfriend? I mean, because they have men out there to do that too.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? You know, some men need tampons too. You know, it just depends. Am I choosing violence tonight? I think I am.
Some of them need tampons too. Damn it. Hey,
some of them do. Like, and you know, I try to, you know. I told Chase and Sean, you know, that I'm gonna be good.
Now, I don't know Evolution Brooklyn's exact age. I don't. I think she's been around for a second, but I don't know how many seconds. But me and Cassie kind of come from the same era where men weren't afraid to court a woman or whatever the case may be. You went outside. We didn't have this social media to really entertain or to talk back and forth. Yeah, we got on the phone to the wee hours of the morning. You hang up. No, you hang up. You hang up first. I'm gonna wait for you to hang up. All right, baby, I'm gonna hang up. Just sit there.
I didn't do that.
Why you? It's silly. It's silly now, but I'm just saying back then.
No, that's sexy. That ain't silly.
Right.
No, that's sexy, because you could be on the I like with the FaceTime, be like, no, you hanging. No, I just want to look at you. You know, just be on the FaceTime.
No, FaceTime back then too.
True.
No, that's sexy.
Y'all was on the phone, right?
Back in the day, we just had that phone. And some of us go back to the
yeah, the dial. What is that?
Before you got to that.
Or the pagers, when you was paging and you had to put the numbers in.
143 and I love you upside down. Listen. That's it right there. Love and slow talk. Yeah, that part. Love talking slow jam.
I ain't do none of that.
Understand something. I think a lot of people get it misconstrued of what love is supposed to be, what pursuing your prospective other is supposed to be, even if it's just for a momentary situation or a short-term situation. There's a young brother named King Me Now. He'll probably be here sooner or later, whatever. His claim to fame, I ain't gonna say claim to fame, he openly says he pays for a Punani 20 because he wants to do without the attachments, the headaches, et cetera, et cetera. He pays for a service and he's happy with that, or whatever the case may be. We all grown. Some of us agree with it. Some of us won't agree with that. Some of us might be on the fence about it. But at the end of the day, that's what made me think about this topic, because at the end of the day, even though he's paying outright for it, we're all paying for love in some way, shape, or form. If it's love that we're looking for, even if it's not love. You lucky I pulled it. I was alive when they caught the dinosaur. No, the hell I wasn't, Sam. I look younger than you, Sam. What you talking? But okay. Anywho, you paying for the punani, whether you actively seeking the punani or you just seeking companionship, whether you want to be nice and or generous, whether you want to be philanthropic, whether you just want to hang out and have a good time. Hey, plutonic good time. Hey, listen, I got these tickets to you trying to come roll with the bro or the homie or whatever the case may be. Come on. Or whatever. Or you trying to impress the woman and say, listen, I could be everything you need and then some. Some way, shape, or form, you coming out your pockets with maybe even if it's some light money or some heavy money. Now, some people get it misconstrued and feel as though that a man should just automatically come out his pocket with bankroll towards affection, towards love, towards pursuing a woman. That's kind of ludicrous because at the end of the day, if you give it all up now, what you got to look forward to later?
It depends on how you lead, though, because I know, like on my job, men like they throw their money. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you lead them with money, a woman will expect it. You get what I'm saying? If check this out, if y'all haven't met yet, right? You get what I'm saying? And you're sending cash apps and you get what I'm saying? And sending lunch and all that stuff. She's going to lead with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be careful with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, if a man just meets a woman and like a lot of guys on the job, you know, they be saying they're counting money. And I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying? I guess he's trying to impress me.
Would you be like, can I have some?
Not, you know why? Because
you know why? No.
Because I'm in management. So if you doing this, I make more than you. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the fact that you're trying to woo me with this. So all I'm thinking, either you get what I'm saying, you don't know how to talk to a woman. Or you gonna be a trick the whole relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I spend your little money and keep mine in my pocket. If that's what you want to do, I can help you be stupid. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to do that. But so I can only treat you like you know what I'm saying? What you show me is how I'm going to treat you.
So let me ask you this: as a single woman, if a man's willing to pay for everything or do things for you, does that come across as trick or the fact that he's sitting there just trying to flaunt and style the money or whatever to make himself seem like he's that dude? Does that exude trick for you ladies or whatever the case may be?
I don't know if that's a trick, but it's a red flag to me. Because to me, it's like, well, what do you want from me? If you're trying to pay for everything, what is it that I got to do in return? That's how my mind thinks. If you coming at me, you talking about, oh, I want to fly you out here. I want to get you. So what you expect from me? If you want it, I can get my own self somewhere. But what are you expecting from me? What are you expecting from me when you want to pay this bill and pay that bill? To me, it's just a red flag because I don't know. To me, is there a string attached? So I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
Cassie, ladies, y'all know if y'all take these flights, I'm just saying, if you gonna take a flight, don't take a flight and then get over to that man and talk about. I know you don't want me to sleep with you. Let me tell you something. These flights come with sex. Like, that's what they are. Don't get to the next state. You know what I'm saying? Ask, we didn't talk about that. You talked about that when you jumped up on the flight. Like, let's be honest. Just like I say, if I be nice and I buy a man a meal, you get what I'm saying? Sir.
You said that shit.
Yeah, you owe me something. Because I don't be spending my money. Sir. If you get any of my money, you coming up out of them drawers. I don't care what you say. You get what I'm saying? Voluntarily or involuntarily, you figure out which one you want to do.
You pull that thing up like you gonna give me that thing or I'm taking it. What you doing?
If I reach into if Evo reach into Evo purse, into Evo bag, that's mine. I don't know what you're saying. This is why I pace myself when it comes to food. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, if I have spent on something, I don't really see no longevity in it unless we've been together for a while.
Remind me that if we ever in each other's presence to make sure I got money in my pocket. Because she basically said, you coming above. Right after you get that last bite, you coming above her. I love it work.
I'm like, eat up, you're gonna need your strength.
I thought we was cool.
Because you know what, I'm gonna be honest. the way I was raised, right? I let a man struggle a little bit just to see how he gonna come up out of it. You get what I'm saying? So I know all of that. I'm gonna help him. You know what I'm saying? I just need to see what he gonna do, how he gonna come up out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been known to you know what I'm saying, not be with men because of how they deal with situations. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm gonna see you struggle, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody to see me struggle. But I know, you know, I used to watch, you know what I'm saying, how men acted, especially with my father and stuff like that. And I remember that he always used to wait till the last resort before he had to say, okay, I need help. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of man I'm kind of looking for. You know what I'm saying? Ain't many though. Ain't many. There's so many men now that I can't, like, you can't walk to your car. You know what I'm saying? They feel like everything is a come up. You know what I'm saying? You can't have one nothing nice. I usually lie about my job. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want any preconceived notions. You know what I'm saying?
About
that
your
you
pocket
get
or
over
what you're trying to do. Yeah. Well, that
so a lot of women pay now. It ain't even the dudes paying no more.
I'm glad you brought it up because that was the question Shaw was asking. She said, random question. Part A though, Shaw, part A, do women pay for sex like men do? And then part B, if so, would it be frowned upon? Ladies,
I say do. I'm not paying for it, but do. I'm gonna need that free. I'm not paying for that. But let me do whatever. You know what? Do whatever makes you happy and whatever helps you get through this thing called life. If that's what you need to do, then do it. That's how I feel about it. I ain't frowning upon what nobody else got to do to get through this thing called life.
Well, all right.
It's just like men. If a woman pays for a date or, you know, pays for the movies or something like that, it's like the same thing. She doing the same thing as a man. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest. That's why when some dudes be like, you know, all women sell it, you know, I get it to a little extent of what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Because technically, if a man is courting a woman, he's definitely paying for what he wants. You get what I'm saying? So it is a little truth to that. You know what I'm saying? There's a little truth. So I kind of get it.
You paying up front, you paying long term, you paying on installment. I get it. One way or another, you are actually paying for it. Well, let me say this, y'all. I'm $2,000. I'm $2,000, and I'm worth every penny. Okay. Cassie looked at me like, yes, please.
Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, ladies, do y'all feel like sometimes you don't want to wait that long time to get to know him? You just want to do you and breeze off. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm gonna need to get to know
him for what? Huh? Like everything don't have to have your feelings in it. So I kind of understand what Kimi now doing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no feelings in it. He get what he need and he about his bit. And he on to the next one.
Would you be willing to pay for the ding dang then? Just to maybe
in the moment. I don't have to. But if I get older, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I mean, hey, you never know. If I don't want a relationship and I want grandpa, so you know what I'm saying? Hey, put these legs to the ceiling.
I got some Geritol.
I may have to buy some denture cream or something. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to a boss.
I'm worth 2 racks of better. You feel me? Listen,
you know, you never know.
It's a special set of scales. I'm just playing. No problem.
You pay for the convenience. Sometimes you pay for the convenience. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But why do I
want to do the snicker? You know what I'm saying? Then I pay for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
So you willing to pay for a snicker, huh?
That's my time. You know what I'm saying?
King size or regular?
You know, it depends on what's in them sweatpants. You know what I'm saying? Because if you regular, you're going to get a regular ass candy bar. I might break it in half for you, brother.
Listen, if you new to here, this is a very grown and very sexy conversation. Don't be shy. We all grown. Hopefully all of us have put our children to bed. If we aren't at that age where our kids are old enough to be doing whatever they do, hopefully you have put your kids to bed because this is a grown and sexy conversation. And the topic we on will go up from here. Trust and believe that. B-Hop, I see you in the building. What's happening, B Hop?
What's up, bro?
What's
Can
going
y'all
on,
hear me?
doctor? Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you. Your TV is loud, though. Your TV's loud.
I gotta turn things
Hey,
down.
Brian.
Hey, Cassie, how you doing, sweetie?
Good.
Look,
Good to see
hey,
you.
Brian.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too, because that was familiar right there. I ain't never called a man Brian.
No,
He's
she
been
been
on
in
my
live
live
with
a
him.
million times. Hey, I ain't gonna call you Brian. What's going on? You know it's Cassie's birthday, right? Soon.
Well, my
Oh,
name is
you
Brian,
got
but
that
you know,
cash. I know.
just for Instagram's sake, I go by B Hop.
That's a fact. That's a
Okay.
fact.
All right,
That's a fact.
Leah.
Now,
I
now
see you,
you,
player.
you are a man of some wisdom in years and in wisdom. And with the opening topic is to pay or not to pay is the question, or are we all paying? And then from there, we've been talking about the various aspects of what should pay, are we paying, and who's paying. Not necessarily in the terms of a date, but we're talking about in time, in heart, in spirit, in different aspects of that. But we come from an age in bracket to where men courted a woman, took them out, we did things, and so it wasn't a question of coming out your pocket. Might be a question of how much you came out your pocket, depending on what you did. But it was okay to do that. Now a lot of people frown at it, or they call you a simp, or they call you a trick, because if you're trying to be a man, not that you're trying to just buy some punani 20, but you actually trying to be a man and court a woman like a man should. I landed my plane. Go ahead. I was long-winded a little bit.
Well, the biggest problem is the lines are getting blurred, and chivalry is on life support. It's like this: you can't even open the door for a lady now. Now it's like I can open my own door. I know you can
That's
open
another
your own
aspect.
door, but that's not what I was raised to do. The thing of it is there's a lot of misconceptions in terms of who got trained and who didn't. A lot of brothers don't know to walk on the outside of the curb. They don't know the simple things of gentleman aspects. So what it is they try to recreate the wheel. And the thing of it is paying for something. Really, all men understand that we have to pay for our entertainment, whatever it is. So the
That part.
thing is, to think that you don't have to pay for your entertainment, you're still a little boy. See, men, that term men or man has to be different than the term boy, because there's a rite of passage that happens with responsibility in life in between those two names.
That part.
But the problem is just like women and girls. Girls do things that women won't even do because they've been there, done that. And the thing of it is that when you talk to a woman, is don't think that she's being extra or too straightforward. She just understands that the small talk is not necessary. And certain things, it's just like with women and sexuality. When a woman embraces her sexuality, it's always got to be a societal term added to it. Not the fact that she can handle whatever repercussions come from that. That's what it came down to. If a woman's not worried about what her name is going to be in the street, then she's at liberty to do what she feels like she wants to do. And the bad part about all of it is that the double standards always come up at the wrong times. Being a simp is always being we used to call it being a sucker.
Sucker, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, being a sucker, you had to be to one extreme. You couldn't be just a gentleman with chivalry to be a sucker.
That's a fact.
That was already embedded in our culture. So the thing of it is anybody that does something to the extreme, it's just like a man that pays for every woman to have sex with him. He's a trick. But a man that pays once in a while because he wants to get to the point of what he wants, as opposed to going around Robin's barn to get it. That's just a business decision. Because at that point, that woman wants the money as much as he wants the sex. It's an even trade.
Mm.
The bad part about it is this: when there's not an even understanding, then it feels like robbery.
Mm.
So when these
That's
women
true.
get on these flights and they go to these different situations, you have to already understand and know that the only thing that man is looking for you is what's between your legs, because he already got what was between your ears before he flew you out. So the thing of it is, if I'm missing something about you, that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it without being straightforward. These brothers want to say, listen, I want to have sex with you, but they don't want to just turn you off. So they try to do it the sneaky way or the sly way. Yeah, come to my city and then you'll be stranded if you don't want to do something.
Mm. Which
That's
is
a bait.
suffering. Which
That's a
is
bait and
suffering.
switch.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
The bait and switch is one of those things that, as a man, you don't have to do those things because you had already accomplished something. I gotta roll out, y'all. I'll be right back.
Appreciate you for your wisdom. Come on back up, B Hop, when you can.
He says something about a man not knowing, like some haven't been trained, right? As far as walking on the outside. Well, some
Yes.
women have not been trained in allowing a man to open the
To
door
do
for
it.
her.
That's a fact.
So like I was at the gym, and in my mind I had to tell myself, let the man open the door for you, girl. I know I had to literally speak to my spirit and say, let him open the door for you. I know you can open the door for yourself, but let him be the gentleman. So I had to talk myself into it because I wasn't trained up that way. So it is all in how you were brought up too.
That's a
Like what he was saying.
that's a fact, because when I was young, I didn't have my father around, so my mother taught me that. I didn't understand it as a kid at first. I thought she was trying to keep me away from store windows, saying I want this, I want that. And I used to hate it. I'm like, why I got to walk over here? Because that's what a gentleman does. That's what a man does. That's what she kept saying. So when I started getting into teenage years and started liking, well, I like girls a little early, but when I started like trying to date and take them out on movie dates and things of that nature, it all started coming to fruition. I started walking to the outside first, just instinctively moving to the outside, and then opening the doors and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. But you're right. If people aren't trained or taught to do these things or be these ways, then are we to hold them to full account for not knowing, this should be a good thing in your life and not necessarily a controlling thing, or an off-put thing, or a sucker or a simp thing in doing so from either sex or whatever. I got you, King. Now I got you, brother.
We shouldn't hold them to account. And just like you said, your mom taught you. Well,
Mm-hmm.
see, and I was raised in a single parent household. I didn't know that. And because I didn't know that, there's no way that I could tell my boys. And I raised my kids on my own. So they don't know that. And so it all is in how you were trained up. I
Yeah.
only learned about it 3 or 4 years ago. I was shocked. I was like, oh, really? Oh, okay.
They supposed to open
So
the door for me.
no, that you walk on the outside. I never knew that.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should hold them to account. That's not right, because if you don't know, you just don't know. And if you're trying to relearn or unlearn, it takes a minute, because you got to keep putting it into practice.
That part. And what's funny is because there was a video of me doing such for a young lady, and people tried to make light of it. I'm like, y'all niggas is corny. That's what a man's supposed to do. Hurry up and go to open that door for a woman, and allow her to get in. Is a part of the safety aspect, the protection aspect
Yes.
of it. She should get in the car and be able to have that door closed, and then you deal with what the elements have available before you get in the car. But you make sure that the female or the females that you with and the children that you're with are safe and sound in that car. Then you get your ass in the car and sit it down. King Me Now.
What's up, guys? How y'all
Yeah, how
doing?
you
What's
doing?
up, King Me
I,
Now?
I can't complain. I can't complain. How y'all feel today?
Everything is
All
everything.
right.
Cassie,
Good,
this is
good.
who I was talking about a minute ago. I told them straightforward that King Me Now says, listen, I'm going to the wash and buy me some punani 20 so I can
Right.
keep the headaches and the bullshittery out of it. I'm just going to do me and get
Facts.
what I want and be good. And
Now,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you got
Well, it's a backstory behind that, right?
sure.
It's not that I do that for a reason, right? Because living in Philadelphia, I have tried the relationship shit. I have tried all of that, right? And in a relationship, right, I tell guys that you are still paying for the you know what,
Punani.
right?
Yeah.
However, you also now don't have a title, so now it's kind of like you're obligated to pay for it because in her eyes, you know what I'm saying? Especially, I believe the more prettier ones, and I don't want to like the ones that or the one that he would never get if he know that he didn't have the money, right? So they do say it ain't tricking if you got it. I believe I agree with that to a certain extent. So me personally, I've always had money. I'm not rich, but I've always been able to hold my own and support a woman, right? At the end of the day, trying a girlfriend and boyfriend thing is just that. It's trying it, right? And trying it, right? You get a title, right? And it's supposed to be mutual, right? So you and so every time you and your significant other, your girlfriend or boyfriend, every time y'all go to mess around or do something, it shouldn't be based off of if you said you was gonna do something for her and you didn't do it, so now she get an attitude. It's been plenty of times that I had a so-called girlfriend. This is me, right? And for whatever reason, she asked me for something. I said I wasn't going to. I said I was going to be able to do it. Let's say she asked me for something on Monday. I told her on Friday I would get it for her, right? So Monday through Friday, we doing this in the bed, we doing everything, right? Friday come, I don't supply it, right? Now she don't want to give me no whatever, this, that, the case. What do you guys call that, right? Like, and I tell her the reason why, because maybe my check ain't come through or this didn't come through. That's why I look at it like even in a relationship, the man is still, it's like he's just tricking with a title. He's just tricking with a title. I look at it like if I have to still get my woman stuff to make her happy and make her want to be intimate with me, well, fuck that. Can I curse?
A little bit, but you got to keep it.
Well, okay, all right. Well, forget that. I can have multiple women, give them lesser than what I'm giving her, and when we go into it, it's a mutual agreement, fair exchange, no robbery, and we all come out satisfied. I told you the story, Phil, because you know me more than them. I was dating a girl, right? We was doing our thing. She was going crazy in the crib one day, so I called the police because I don't believe putting my hands on a woman, and that's where that was going. It was going straight to that. So what I did was, as a man, called the cops. Right? The cops come, they remove her from the house. Okay, I woke up with 10 dreadlocks cut out my head. Right? Yo,
What?
with a note saying, and everybody knows me, everybody knows this is facts. A note saying, I told you not to play with me, right? Now, yes, I was high. That's why I didn't feel the dreads. But when I went to sleep, the cop, you was in handcuffs. How the F did you get? Why didn't you go? No, the cops said they was taking you to jail. So what did you do? Some freak shit with the cops? Like, how did you get back? And she climbed my balcony because I got
Wow.
deadbolts. I got deadbolts on my door.
That was
Spider
love.
Girl.
She was in love with you.
But the thing is, though, I got deadbolts on my door because of the business, illegal business that I was into, that I got in trouble for. So she had to scale. I'm on the second floor. So in Philadelphia, it's like it's not like going to it's not going from like how y'all will go from y'all porch to your roof. It's higher up. So she climbed up, and I keep that window open because it gives the most air. So she could have killed me. She could have killed me that night, right? I woke up and it was dreads. I had a head full of dreads next to me. And when I read the note, I was in so much shock that she had my whole life in her hands. Just like she cut my dreads out, she could have cut my jugular vein, she could have shot me, but I did the right thing. So now I look at it like I should have whooped their ass, and I'm just being real. I know that self.
Allegedly,
Allegedly, no, I said I should have. No, I didn't. Remember, I called the cops. Like, man, like a man, oh, don't call the cops. No, I called the cops to try to protect myself. And look what still happened to me at the end. How she didn't go to jail. And she told me that the cops told her, took her down the street, right, and let her out the car. That's what she told me. You see what I'm saying? So after that, and then another girl, right? I had a Cadillac. You know, I wasn't answering the phone in time, and she cut all my tires, and like those two experiences alone. But every time I would go tell a woman up front what I want, I would have these experiments, right? I would give her what she asked for. She'll give me what I asked for, and we'll go a separate way. And I could be able to sleep at night. So once I started seeing that, what is a man going to pick, right? Because I still got sexual needs that I still want to fulfill, but going around with her, I'm cool. I don't need that. I don't need that. So this is when I've been telling guys this story, they always say, yeah, well, we are paying for it. And the women y'all pay for, y'all not even guaranteed to get the ASF at the end of the night, because at the end of the day, you're not upfront with it, and the woman knows that. So I believe being upfront with a woman and letting her know what it is, you got a better chance of getting what you want than to playing these title games and these games, because women are good at playing games.
so let me ask you this, King. Me now. Let me ask you this. Oh, Byron, because you got your name up here.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: are you paying another price though? In the fact that yeah, you getting some punani 20, but outside of that, you're lacking the companionship. You're lacking the building memories and things of like walks through the park. And
But but
do you feel like you're missing out in that aspect? Do you think you're paying a price that way?
no, not because at the end of the day, I would feel like that if I didn't know she's only about it for the money, right? So because I could see through all that, I don't want to do the walks in the park, right? I
No,
don't
I'm
want
not.
to.
I'm not necessarily speaking with those girls, but by the fact that you don't have a girl that you said that is really yours or your own, do you feel like you pay a price in you gaining something by having the freedom to lay with who you want, but do you feel like you're paying a price and losing out on memories and losing out on the experiences of companionship and the normal situation that a man and woman have in a relationship, in a marriage, et cetera, et cetera? Do you at all feel like you might be like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm getting all the punani 20 I want, whatever my pocket can hold. But damn, some nights I just want to sit and talk to a woman, or just have good, go out to eat, or
Yeah, to be real honest, and I ain't never been honest. Yes, but the yays outweigh the nays, right? So yes, I do, right? And yes, sometimes I do, but because majority of the women might not say it up front, but they are in it for the money, right? They either go get pregnant by a ball player for the. I mean, saying it's all about the money, man. And I'm not putting no names on that. I'm just saying in general. And the man, he doesn't think because he sees how beautiful the woman is, and he knows if he didn't have that money, she wouldn't like him. So off the bat, she's not attracted to you. Now they might gain some type of attraction later on, but if you're just liking me because of the color of green, it ain't nothing. You don't like me. You don't like me. So once I felt and realized that, let's just keep it what it is. You don't have to fake
I
go
got
out
you.
with me. You don't have to fake date me. You don't have to fake call me your boyfriend. You don't have to fake tell me you love me because I'm giving you money. Let's just keep it real, so you don't have to get my emotions involved. You don't have to. Well, yours is not involved anyway because you're lying to me. So to protect, it's gonna sound cheap, my heart or my sanity, I'd rather just keep it up front so that everybody could be happy. That's just and when I say it like that, I think people should really now. This is not every woman, right? Okay, so let me put that disclaimer. I am not talking about every woman at all, right? That'd be fucking. That'd be effing foolish. But majority of to women, like from like so, I say from I graduated. I'm 37. I graduated high school in '04. So I think from like 2010 until now, them women and men, they all in it the dumb women are in it for the money, right? And the men, right? They are starting to see it, but because a lot of them are getting money nowadays, at the end of the day, they are spending so much more on the title, rather if they just kept it real with a girl, right, and just gave her the bread. Little baby, right? He did his thing. He paid the woman, and y'all know little baby, $16,000, right, to keep her mouth shut. She still went on Instagram and exposed that. You see what I'm saying? You can't win for lose. Now she effed up a whole bag because that 16,000 could have turned into more. Cause once little baby thought she was thorough. What I'm saying is, like, you can't even trust the woman. He gave you $16,000 though, Phil, to be quiet. But the clout of it all, saying that you screwed little baby, you messed up. You wasn't even thinking about future times you could have had with him. You just thought
Well,
it, and you ain't getting no clout.
let me ask you this: Do you see yourself ever changing in the mindset, or maybe welcoming in a relationship, a normal, or what we call a normal relationship? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'll answer this with a question. What is normal nowadays? And we have to stop. We have to grow with time.
You know
Like,
what?
we cannot. But no, no.
You
But
know.
we can't talk about the '90s and the '80s when that's not going on. So in the '90s and the '80s, see, I used to eat dinner with my parents, right? As like my dad would come home, my mom would have his bathwater in, the schoolwork would be done, the food would be made, and we would sit down. That shit ain't going on. So I don't like to talk about things that we did back then. I like to deal with what we going on now. And in today's time, that's not happening.
So
That's
so let me rearrange that question.
you got
Do
to.
do you see yourself settling down with one woman ever?
To be honest, and I think as of right now, whatever date it is at 37, no. But everything is subject to change in life. I will
Okay,
say that. But the
I
answer
respect.
is real right now. The answer is no.
I respect that. Go ahead, Cassie.
I think one, um, it's possible that you're still dealing with a lot of hurt from these two women, and you just didn't meet the right woman for you. There is always going to be a right person for you that's going to cause you to move in a different direction or move a different way. You just didn't
Mm.
meet the right person for you. You met people who were out to get what they wanted for themselves. That's the one thing I wanted to say. And the other thing
My
I
dad,
wanted to
hold
say,
on. My dad told me that too. But go ahead. My dad told me that what you just said.
and the other thing I wanted to say is,
Confirmation.
what's normal for you is not normal for me. So your normal is different from my normal. So I can't base normal on what was happening in the 90s. My normal is different from Phil's. My normal is different from Evolution, it's different from all of y'all. So it doesn't matter what anybody else's normal is. That question is, what is your normal?
B
So,
Hop. Well, go ahead. I was gonna let B Hop because I know he got some wisdom.
yeah. I want
What's
to
up,
answer her
brother?
question too.
How you doing,
Hey, what's
bro?
up? Oh, what's
I'm
going
from
on,
Philly.
homie?
I'm from Philly too. I live in Southwest.
I'm from Fidel from Baltimore, Danny Watt Chicken. So you already know.
Well,
You know
I used to live at 57th Street, 636 South 57th Street,
what block? What's the block?
between Walton and Catherine.
I know exactly where you at. Yep. Okay.
That's where I used to live, but I grew up in
Okay.
Penrose.
Okay.
But now I'm on Lindbergh Boulevard.
You out there? You out going towards about to get on the freeway out that way.
Yeah, I've been in my spot 28 years.
Okay. Okay.
But what I wanted to say is this. There's different lanes in life for just about everybody.
That's a fact.
The lane that you're choosing to run in is the lane that serves a purpose now. It doesn't mean that it sums up your whole life in terms of your interaction with women. The reality of it is that one, every man, if they seek it hard enough, finds that brick wall, that woman you can't
Mm.
shake because she does something extra with you, to you, in your mind, in your heart, the whole 9 yards.
Mm.
And you sometimes we find that early in life, and other times we find it late in life.
It's a fact.
And the thing of it is this: sometimes we were ugly ducklings when we were young, and we got to be very attractive when we get a little older. So therefore, what you missed out on when you was young starts to come through when you get older. And it gives the false impression that you're trying to live a second life, when actuality you're living your first life because you didn't have a chance to live your first life when you were younger.
Mm.
So the thing of it is this: what I say is, because there's millions of people, there's so many lanes to travel. If you don't travel in that lane, don't be upset about it. Just understand and know whatever criteria you have right now, it doesn't promote that lane. So the thing of it is I'm 55, and the one
Okay.
thing that I can tell you, in my all my relationships, they ended up similar or same way, is because I never took an introspective look at what I was choosing or what I was attracted to.
Mm.
So the thing of it is that what I was attracted to gave me the same outcomes or something more identical, because all of those factors I never paid attention to. So a lot of times when we do the introspective look, we start to elevate our choices and what we'll allow in our existence. So I hear what you're saying, bro. And what it is this: paying for it and getting what you want is just another lane to travel. It should not be looked down upon by anyone because it serves a purpose for that time frame.
For his life, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And a lot of people are not persuasive in their communication. So guess what? Until they learn how to speak, how to really, tickle somebody's earlobes, other than that, you're just going to be stuck in doing what you normally do.
Okay, so I respect what you said in your wisdom, but what I want to say to you is, would a woman, right? Would a woman, right, date a broke guy, right? And not and there's some will, but the majority of the women nowadays, because remember, I'm talking about the nowadays women, not back in the day. Don't a woman first thing say before even looks, how much money do you make? Do you got your own this? Do you got your own that? Am I right about that?
I
Off the
mean,
back, the women nowadays, right?
you're right to a certain extent.
Thank
But
you, Lord.
Okay,
talk about the guys that sit on the couch and play PlayStation every day or all
okay,
day.
Oh,
You got
right,
those guys
yeah,
too. And
right.
they have beautiful women that go out and earn a decent living. So you
Again,
can't say that broke men can't find women. Every
and
man
he,
on this earth can find a woman, because there's somebody that wants to nurture that brokenness, and somebody that wants to love on their brokenness, because that man has intangibles and it's not money. That man
you
could probably have a persuasive aspect on how he met the young lady, and she fell in love with who he is as opposed to what he
what
is.
he has, yeah.
It
That's a
goes the
okay.
opposite way.
Okay, so that's my dad. Phil, I'm about to tell him. So my dad married my mom, right? Had 3 kids. He was providing, right? She I guess got with him because he had a law firm in Philadelphia, right? You know what I'm saying? He's a lawyer, right? So my dad met a woman, you know what I mean? Not the best looking of woman, but she's a multi-millionaire, right? So he is the stay home. He's like the mom. He raised the kids, and that's my stepmother, and she's well over a millionaire. And everybody on the platform, they know what I'm talking about. And what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, everything seems to always be about the money, right? My dad would have not talked to this woman because I don't want to call nobody ugly because I'm not the best looking dude. But 99.99% of people I showed the picture to of my dad's current wife would call her not attractive. They wouldn't say she was ugly, right? So I'm not going. I'm just telling you the truth, right? So my dad did not go after her. I know my dad because my mom is a very beautiful woman. That's why she was juicing him. Like it's like a cycle, man. And hold on, I'm
But
almost done. So what my mom did to him, he's doing to her. That's a fact.
well, the thing of it is that, like I said, it's always going to be different aspects to things. But you
Okay.
have to understand that the reason why ugly men have beautiful women is because they understand and don't get discouraged with the power of no. So they become become more persuasive, and
More
now
attractive
it's
to
No
a
women.
way.
character thing. It's not a looks thing. So
Okay.
when you capitalize on a woman's mental, you can
Yes.
achieve the same thing as capitalizing on her physical.
It's a fact.
So the thing of it is you just have to be confident. A lot of these
Right.
brothers that don't look, or they look pretty decent, are arrogant because
Very.
they get positioned or propositioned before they have to proposition somebody else. It's the same thing with beautiful women. Why do ugly women or not so good bodied women tend to treat you better, cook better for you, take care of you better, the whole nine? And beautiful women are really just trophies. A lot of them
And
don't have substance.
and that's not fair to the woman. You see what I'm and it goes back to say it's all about the self confidence and the woman, right? The woman is like my stepmom. She never thought she would get a guy like my dad, right? So when he pulled up on her, right? She looked at him like, oh my God, I know what you're saying. So she showered him with gifts, blah, blah, blah. He got her pregnant. They've been married 20 years now. However, that's what she was thinking when she probably wasn't used to men pulling up on her. You know what I mean? Pulling up on her. But my dad did it. And rather she never had it before, but she took a liking to him, and this is why the way he's at where he at now because he did that. So at the end of the day, a lot of insecurity in men and women is a reason why a lot of people are in different situations in their life. And me, until I meet a woman that I know can bring something to the table. Because I'm not against being with her. I used to be against it. I'm
Mhm.
not against getting married. But if I do get married, right, I get turned off easy. So I told Phil this. I want to have a house with a woman, but sleep in different bedrooms and have our own bathrooms. Like if it's possible, right? I believe that it keeps the marriage fresh. This is why people go out and cheat, and I don't want to get too deep. Like that, if I'm going to decide to marry a woman and can afford that, that's what I would love. You know what I'm saying? And I think that would keep down a lot of cheating. That because at the end of the day, you get to miss her in a way, and she's not like certain things that might turn you off. You might not have to hear or see because you're not in the room with her. It's just a lot into it in
Well,
today's society.
well, let's look at it like this. That's one way of dealing with things based on what the church or what's happening now. The thing of it is the woman that you end up being with, you might not ever want to be out of the room with her. You might want
Fact.
to sleep with her all the time. You want to cuddle up with her every night. You don't want no
I,
space between you.
I,
You
Too
I
can't
respect.
you
I
can't
respect that.
predict the aspect of what your love is going to bring because you've never been stress tested in that manner yet.
I haven't.
You just
You
know
right.
how you've been treated and you haven't been treated the best. So therefore, when you get treated the best, your mind is definitely going to change and the aspects of what you choose is going to change. So
Mm,
don't never think you're going to be resolute in the one way you're thinking now because age and maturity and the aspect of what that dynamic relationship is going to be. Every woman has a personality, and each personality can change the aspects of what it is that brings it out of you. You ever notice, Phil, that you can bring out the freak in one woman and then you can't really do nothing with another woman?
That's
It's
a fact.
because our personalities will bring out either the best in a woman or the worst in a woman.
That's a fact.
And it's about how well do you study your woman in order to understand her likes and dislikes. You know how many men walking around don't know a bra size or don't know a favorite food or a favorite color or what she did when she was a young buck? Because a lot of these brothers think that what's between their legs is the most important thing about them.
Mm.
We're not understanding that that human that we're interacting with can give us things that we can never attain. So the aspect of that is slow your roll, understand the significant value, and reaffirm and reevaluate what you're doing as your so-called being a man.
That part. That
And
If
part.
you're going to
I
be a
heard what you said.
if you're going to be a man, understand that life is not meant to be lived alone. It's a communal
I
environment.
said that earlier.
From the time we were born, we have been forced into a communal environment. When the doctors pulled you out, smacked your ass, that was communal. Then you laid in a bassinet and then you went home, laid in another bassinet, and somebody had to take care of you. Your success is rooted with somebody's access. So never understand that you're an island by yourself. There's times when you're going to want to be by yourself because it's much easier. You don't have to make critical decisions.
As a man or a woman, let's point that out. As a man or a woman.
Like right now, I live by myself. I don't have to make decisions about what I drink, what I eat, how long something has been here. I don't have to come home and all my juice is gone. But that's the easy way of living. But is it the most fulfilling way of living? Because our struggles really give us an understanding of what the fight is about and the meaning of the fight. If you don't have a meaning of the fight, then guess what? Things are not going to be important to you
Okay,
because
so not to cut you off, but see, this is what I be saying, and this is what's gonna get a little deep in,
Next
right?
pair.
Because okay, I know Phil right now is single. I don't know about the two young ladies. I'm single, and I don't know if you single, but you live. Are you
I'm
single?
single to the third power.
Okay, right. All right. So you're giving great advice, right? And this was the wrong thing about Kevin Samuels when God rest his soul. When people give advice, right? And then they give it and it's good, and then we turn around and then you say that. How much of that is what you say, right? Am I really supposed to take in? Because at the end of the day, I don't know how
We
you
single?
know. I don't, huh?
Because we single?
Yeah, no, yeah, because no, because no, I don't, because us three up here as men, we don't have a quote unquote girlfriend, right? Until we find that right one. So all I'm saying is, and probably you and probably him, until I find that right one that's this guy was talking about, that I know is not in it for the money, it can bring something to the table. I am going to continue to TRICK when I feel like it.
It's
It
your prerogative. That's your yeah,
that,
that's
that, that, and,
Can I
and
can I
that,
say something?
yeah.
Can I say
Go ahead,
something,
Cassie. Go
please?
ahead, Cassie. Sorry about the keeping it.
So first of all, I think you have a lot of self work to do.
I
Like
do.
we have to work on ourselves as I work on myself. Also, the reason why it's easy to take not easy, but it's beneficial to take advice from either Brian or Phil is because they have been married before. The rest of us have not. So they
Okay.
have experiences that we have never had. And so yeah, maybe the marriages did not work, but they have some key examples and key things that they might have went through, or this works and that works, that may benefit me, it may not benefit me. So you only take what you need and you can
You're
table the
right.
rest for when you need it at a later date.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I should have
the
said that. You're
biggest
right.
thing is this. Everybody thinks you have to do something in order to give great advice. All you have to do is have a good imagination and a good understanding of life and great perception. Thing of it is this. I do alcohol and drug counseling. I ain't never done drugs or alcohol in my life. And what they tell me is that you don't understand because you're not an addict. Well, I don't have to be an addict because you're not trying to stay an addict. You're trying to be where I am. I'm telling you how to deal with life and life's issues without going to a substance to think that you're going to
Well,
solve it.
I'm kind of addicted because see, I'm an open book, and this is why people like talking to me because I don't hold no punches, and I'm not gonna go all in because I don't know what like not to say, but I do have I wouldn't call myself a functional addict, but there's something that I do, you know what I'm saying, that you guys probably wouldn't agree with, and I don't know if Phil will allow me to say it or just keep it to
We'll do that
myself.
for another show.
Okay.
So that we can
However,
keep it
some
kind of.
okay. All right. So, however,
I
some
got
people have said, that has stopped me. That I have chosen the drug over the woman, negating the fact that I told you that the last two women that I've had has caused bodily harm on me. Had nothing to do with the drugs that I do or don't do. So everybody just not accepting the fact that I am telling you my truth.
you traumatized. It's kind of
I
PTSD in a way.
if you want to say that, I'll say that. Yes.
You don't have to do drugs to be an addict. I could be addicted to eating a lot of food. You could be a gambler. It doesn't necessarily have to be drugs or cigarettes to be an addict. We're all addicts in a certain type of way. So don't just think about it and just, oh, it's drugs because you.
No, no. I said I'm an addict.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like B Hop said, he's never done drugs. He's never done, but he does alcohol. But there's other things that people are addicted to. It's not just drugs. It's not
Everybody has
just
a vice.
you
Yeah,
get it.
everybody has a
Yeah,
vice.
everyone
I
has
mean,
their vice.
if people don't have their Starbucks in the morning, these they go fucking. I mean, they go effing crazy. And we see, and I work in the field where coffee is the only thing to get people rolling. And if they were to shut it down, watch how they would act the rest of the day. That's an addiction right there. So I definitely get it. However, they look down upon a person that admits that has an addiction to drugs, but you're addicted to coffee. What's the difference?
Went over to
But the
YouTube.
thing of
Can
it
I?
is, a lot of
There's no.
addicts are closed-minded. A lot of addicts think that they found the solutions in what they've been doing because it's habitual. The reality of it is that habitual aspect got you further and further away from a great solution. And the bad part about all of it is the smoke and mirrors. I did that when I was teaching in the corrections field. I've been in law enforcement 30 years. And the one
Okay.
thing that I can tell you trying to help my society is this. You have a lot of people out here that want to think that they know everything. You can't possibly know everything, especially if you're an addict. If you're an addict, somewhere down the line, you got weak to the point that you felt as though something else was going to give you that boost, which it doesn't do. Because realistically, you can never be as high as you were the first time. So every time after that, you're going to be chasing a ghost. And that's why drugs always result to a higher value of drugs because you start to get used to the drug that you're doing. And then you need something a little stronger or something a little different in order to give you that euphoria again.
But okay, so you say drugs. What about the person that's addicted to eating, right? That's addicted to eating.
She said that.
It start.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I need to say something though. Can I lighten this up just a little bit?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because we all got addictions, and this is supposed to be Feel the Love Friday. So let me just say I'm addicted to getting some loving. Okay.
She wants to get back to.
All right, but yeah, we get it. Okay. Let's get off. Yeah,
Hey, bro,
I feel you.
when you get off, if you get off, look for B Hop on Instagram, and
I
me
follow
and you
you.
can have a good conversation.
I do want to talk to you behind the scenes, man, because me and Phil talk, and Phil give me great advice, man.
King Me Now on everything. He's a good dude, solid dude. King Me
I
Now.
could tell by the way he's speaking.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just trying to liven it up because I feel like
you're trying to get back to the meats. You're trying to get back to the meats and treats, huh?
we
The meats and treats. The meats and treats.
Well, let's get back.
Key word on the meats. Key on the meats.
Let's get back. If we were talking about, women and men. What we got to stop doing is really honing in on the stereotypical ideologies. Stereotypical just means that it's an exaggerated truth. It's truth in it, but it's not to the degree that it creates a majority. Everything in stereotypes, for the most part, are created based on a minority view. It's just like black people eating chicken. I know people that don't eat chicken. I know a lot of people that don't eat watermelon. I was one of them when I was younger. I never ate watermelon. I never ate any melons. So the thing of it is that when we look at things, are we looking at it from a lens that's going to give us a better perception, or are we just looking at it from societal view? If you look at it from societal view, you'll always be a puppet. If you look at it based on your critical thinking and what you can visualize, then you're going to be an independent thinker.
That's a fact.
This is the same thing with religion. It's the same thing with politics. Anything that we associate ourselves with, we got to make sure that we're independent thinkers.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So,
And we also got to work on us too, right? Because like you are, I don't like that. You are who you attract, but you got to figure out why you attracting this type of person, or why are you accepting this. So do the self work. I sorry, go ahead, Phil. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, you were good. You were good.
I was in, so sometimes I go into Kendra G's live. She does this single things, right? And she always asks this question: what are 3 things you need to work on? And a lot of people get stumped on that because they haven't done the work. So I think it's important for us to do the work if we want to attract the right person in our lives, so that we're not going through the things that we continue to go through.
You know the best part of mentoring or giving advice? Giving start points. See, the bad part about it is people tell you to be better. I can say evolution. I just want you to be better. You're going to be like, Brian, what the fuck are you talking about? How do you know I'm not the best that I can be? The thing of it is this: if you want to be effective in giving out information, if you want somebody to understand you, give them a start and a stop, or a start point, so that they know which road to travel. It's the same thing with reading a book. I read your book. And the thing of it is, your book has a preface, it has substance, and it has an ending. You can't create a book just looking at the middle and then that's it. The only book that we look at like that is the Bible.
Congratulations to the person who wrote the book. Oh, congratulations.
My starting point is $2,000.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
No, they made the earlier when we were talking, when they was talking about men, women paying to date men, or what? I mean, women dating, paying to date men. So I said my value is at $2,000 minimum. You know what I'm saying? So listen.
Well, you gotta feel like you worth something. There's a lot of white women that pay men to have sex with them.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Look at evolution. She's like, nigga.
I don't think there's anything wrong with paying if you don't want the excess. You know what I'm saying? Just get it out the way.
Well, go ahead, give me $2,000, ladies, and we get it out the way. I'm playing.
Yeah, it's women that pay too, so it's nothing wrong with it. No, at least you're not lying to nobody.
I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems.
No,
I would love to do a steady show with B Hop though. I would.
It's the fact that, women are supposed to get some kind of joy out of sex. But the thing of it is that women don't understand that men can't understand. We can't fathom how the joy comes to you. We just know that we do certain things and it's supposed to get a reaction. But we don't have an intimate understanding of what that feels like, what you yearn for. It seems kind of weird that a woman yearns for a man to want to be inside of her, because we can't understand that. especially us heterosexual men. Now, the other men that that have alternative lifestyles may have a similarity, but they don't have a reality.
Mm.
And that's the difference. That's an understanding of where the limitations are. It's just like every woman, not every woman, but a lot of women, if you say if you could be a man for one day, a lot of women say I will want to fuck the shit out of a woman. Because
Look
a
at
lot
Cassie.
of
Look at
women want to
Cassie.
know
Been
what it's
there, done
like.
that.
Cassie like this.
What
Well,
men
I be damned. Well, I be damned.
Been there, done that. Got the trophy.
Cassie
because a
Got
lot
the
of women,
trophy. You got the trophy. Damn.
I'll just say.
yeah, a lot of women are myth. They want to understand why do men want it so much. And the
No,
thing of it is the more descriptive that
they
we
want to be
get,
men.
it doesn't get you to
I
the
don't need to
point of
understand that. I
understanding.
just need him to want me. I don't care about him wanting that. Just want me. All that other.
And I'm gonna
But
be honest, sex, everybody doesn't get pleasure from sex either. And I'm
Heard that
learning that
too.
more and more.
It's lack of communication, because if you would communicate more, you would get more pleasure with your sex. Because a lot of
That's
times women think that they are pleasuring a man by everything that they do, and a man feels like he's pleasuring a woman with everything he does. But each body is different, and without the conversation, like, baby, I'm into you, but you ain't hitting it to the left enough. You ain't tickling this spot enough, or you ain't taking time to pre-game
He
with the
said
form.
tickling.
You know what I mean?
you
I
know
know.
that's a fact.
I'm trying to be PG-13.
I
That's
know.
a fact. That's a fact, Phil. Because in previous situations, I've never been verbal. And so now I know I need to be verbal. I need to guide. I need to tell you this, that, and the third. Yeah.
and that's a tribute of a woman. See, a woman,
So
if she
go ahead.
understands how to please herself, this is why it's very intriguing that a woman that doesn't know how to please herself usually is never verbal. And the thing of it is that if you know how to do it the way you like it, then you should be able to tell somebody else.
Oh,
Bing.
No, that's not
I
it.
can agree
let
with
me.
You
that.
should.
No,
You
Wait,
should.
I
wait.
got it.
no,
I got a story.
no,
I got a
no,
story.
no, no. No, no,
Hey,
no,
Phil,
no, no.
I got the stripper story, Phil, about the
Mm-mm.
stripper teaching me how to eat the. Okay, so I was 19 years old, right? I had just got back to Philly, and I'm gonna try to be as less vulgar as I can. But I met a stripper. We negotiated a price. I brought her back to my crib. I started eating her, whatever, right? In the middle of eating that, right? She stopped. She grabbed. She's like, "Yo, stop." She was like, "There's no way I'm going to come." Like, you know what I mean, she said, "Stop." She said, "You see this thing right here?" And she pointed to her clit. And she said, "This is what you need to do." I'm a real one. She said, "Take your tongue and do the alphabet. Do the alphabet on
Yes,
my
the
tongue."
alphabet. I've heard of
Look
that
at you.
before.
Right?
I
See,
know about the alphabet. You got to
yo,
spell your name, right? Or you can do the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
alphabet.
yeah.
I
And
ain't
she
got to
said,
spell nothing.
and she said, go to A to, and she said, go to A to Z. By the time I got to M, she had busted
Yeah,
a what you
you
call it.
shouldn't get this.
So I have told my homies that they was with their wife and was not pleasing her, and they had thanked me, and something has paid me for getting that back on order. Because a woman was a stripper that I paid for wasn't willing to fake that and say, "Yo, hold on, no, you're not pleasing me right now." And even though I got your money, like I could fake it, I respected her for that because she taught me that, and I was able to teach other men please their wives.
You
That's
ever
all.
heard of you ever heard of Cherokee?
Big booty
You
The,
Cherokee,
you
the,
from
the,
yes.
the
Philly.
porn star?
You talking about
I
the porn
used
star?
no, the
Oh,
Oh,
club, the
that's the only
Cherokee.
Cherokee I know.
oh, the Cherokee.
Uh,
You
Cherokee
talking
I,
Red.
about strippers? Me and my partners had a go-go club for about 12 years. It was called the Cherokee.
so
And
I
the
used to
thing
go
of
to
it
cousin
is
Dan. I used to go to cousin Danny's on 52nd Street.
well, that was with
Yeah,
Lucky
I
in it.
know her too, shot.
Yeah. So the one you talking about, I'm not too familiar with. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We were at 52nd and Master at one point. We were at 58th and Westminster at another point. But the
I've been
thing
there.
of it
Was it
is,
like an underground joint? Yeah, I've been there.
yeah. Well, you've been a night on Broadway too.
Man, I gotta keep. Yes, yes, yes. Hell
Well,
yeah.
I mean, the reason why I say that is because I've dealt with thousands of dancers. And the thing of it is that when you're dealing with thousands of dancers over a period of time, you tend to understand and get used to understanding different personalities,
Mm.
what, how to go around certain things, how to talk, all that.
I got a question. I got V-Hop. Let me ask you something. When y'all, because I'm hearing a lot about strippers and stuff like that. And when we first started the conversation, y'all were talking about like getting used and stuff by women. If y'all are just dealing with strippers, don't you know that's like what come with the whole interaction? They're
It come,
about money.
it,
They're
it
not
come
trying
with
to
the
fall
it
in
come with
love.
the it come with the it come with the territory. That it come
Yeah,
with the
so why
territory.
even go that way and then wonder why there's problems later? You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I got
Good
a good
point. Good
answer. I
point.
got a good answer to that. You know what? That will be true. But even the women, right? That don't go that way. They are so influenced today. That's why I said from 2010 up by this Instagram stuff. That now that their mindset is, yo, what you gonna give me before you get this? What you got for me? So they might not be strippers or they might not even feel as though they're, but that is a form of prostitution that they're doing. If you give me this, I'll give you that. But they don't look at it like that.
You
But
know what
that's
the
what I'm
downside?
saying.
The
They doing it
downside is
too.
the downside is they let regular women in strip clubs. And now you got women that have their clothes on competing with the ones that don't have their clothes on. And
Mm.
But
there's
ain't y'all in
always
the
a
wrong place trying
competition
to find
thing.
women? Ain't y'all in
Say
the wrong
what?
place trying to find women though? It don't add up. You get what I'm saying? I was just listening. I've been listening for a while. But the way y'all going to find women don't add up to what y'all want. You get what I'm saying?
No,
Unless
I'm
y'all
just
just want a good time and want to go about your business. But if
All
you
well,
right.
want to
So
like
live
I
the
said,
together, y'all can
okay.
take
everything
fun to the
serves a
strip club.
purpose.
So the girl that cut my dreads out. Okay, I met her. I was a supervisor at Enterprise Rent a Car in Philadelphia. Right. I met her. I didn't know what she was doing. She didn't have no kids. A young girl, 23, just got out of college. I met her. She wanted to go to. She was going to school to be nurse assistant or whatever that. So I met her um, doing that, and come to find out she lived 2 blocks from Enterprise. Okay, so right then and there, that's no stripper stuff. The other girl I met, she went to Lincoln University, an all-black college. Shout out to Lincoln. I got a couple people that go there now. And she had came home. She lived in South Philly, and she was going to be some type of massage thing, and now she got her own business. However, they were worser, if that's a word, or worse than the strippers and the ones that I said, hey, here this go. Let's negotiate or whatever the case may be. I gave them a chance because I'm like, you know what? I've been dealing with strippers too much, and all they. So let me try to go a different route, and I tried it, and it did not work. It was battered.
Let me pull the conversation back to where we was or
Uh,
whatever when it comes to pleasure and why more women than men, but men sometimes too are not pleasured by their female partners than are not pleasured by their men partners. Lack of communication, pride, ego. We thinking that we doing it all,
Religion.
not doing enough.
50
Women,
Cent.
women, women feeling like either
I
they
need
shouldn't
50
have to
Cent.
say anything, they shouldn't have to say anything, or that it's not okay for them to say something as they might bruise an ego. If you want what you want, if you want to be happy in a relationship, whatever it is, whether it's sexually, whether it's intimacy, whether it's communication, whether it's compassion, understanding, or just quality time, you have to communicate. Nobody's a mind reader, and at the end of the day, your body is different. Cassie, your body is different than evolution. Evolution, your body's different than hers. B Hop, your body is different from mine. Mine is like women figure because they figure they can go down on the man that they really doing something, and all women can't give head equally.
so
It ain't always
this
a
is
good
why I
experience. It
believe in
ain't
a marriage.
it ain't
Go my
always a
bad.
good. It ain't always a good experience. The same way when we give cunnilingus. Y'all don't know that term because it's an older term. It's been
What
around.
is that? What's that?
Giving head to a woman.
Okay,
Doing that,
conolingus.
yeah.
Okay.
Every man ain't doing it the way that woman's body reacts to. You might have did it to another woman and tore her. She had to climb in the wall in the bed. But for another woman, she might just be landing like, man, what is she doing?
Phil, I have to say no. That ever since that ABC, I have ate so much more PUS, and I've never got it. So that gem she gave me, I have never since then been told you bad or anything. So she had gave me a gem that I got 100%. I got 100%.
I'm gonna be honest, it works. It does work. I know
No,
exactly what
I ain't never had to be like, hey,
you spell your name technically.
Yeah, no, but she's saying it too. But this is a woman saying you different though. Like you said, you're not me, I'm not you. But this is how she told me that most ladies would bust from if I did it like that, and it's been working.
Well, you're gonna have similarities because guess what? A vagina is not that much different from another one. The lips may look a little different, the labia and all that, but other than that, the function of it is the same. And a lot of men don't know that the clitoris is not just a little button up top. Clitoris goes down both sides of the lips. It's almost shaped like a wishbone. And the thing of it is that when you don't understand the female anatomy, then of course you're going to be lost. But a lot of guys don't know what a perineum is. So if you don't know what these situations are, when you get down there, you're going to somehow be lost. You're going to think you're doing something, but you're not. And the reality of it is educate yourself. When I was younger, my mom bought me a book. It's called the Teenage Body Book. And it gives you an understanding of male and female anatomy. I asked the young lady what a vulva was. She didn't even know it was a part of her body.
A vulva.
I asked her what a labia majora or labia minora. She didn't know nothing about her own body. The only thing she knew is that it was called a pussy. That was it.
They don't have health class anymore. They still got health class. They don't have stuff like that anymore. So nobody's teaching them this stuff. They just going out and having
a lot of women still think it's cool to dish or douche. A lot of women still think that's clean to do that. And I've been told by a lot of women that that's not a good thing to do.
It's not.
But they're learning it from somewhere, maybe their mother or other friend. But I've been hearing it was cool up into my late 30s that's not a good thing to be doing, dishing or douching and doing that. You see, but a lot of women think that's extra clean. You see what I'm saying? So, it's just learning and understanding, like you said, because them names you just said, I didn't know any of that, but a lot of women probably didn't know it too.
I know because I've had conversations with women that didn't know it. And the thing of it is that when you don't know your own body, it says something about what you're willing to learn or what you want to know. Thing of it is, how could your body be that much of a mystery when it's attached to you? You're supposed to be washing that motherfucker every day. So the thing of it is that if you're taking care of yourself, then you should actually want to see it or want to inspect it. But a lot of women don't know how to use a mirror.
Oh shit.
And the thing of it is that when a man tells you, it's not because we're simps, it's because we understand that knowing is better than not knowing.
That part.
Or because we care.
Ladies, if you got a man that pays attention to you and pays attention to your wants and your needs, pay attention to that as opposed to somebody trying to get their thing off. Ladies, if you know how to pleasure yourself, you should be able to tell a man how to pleasure himself, especially if you're not experiencing all that you've been hearing about from your girlfriends or TV or whatever the case may be, and you know you can make yourself have an orgasm, be mature enough and be confident in yourself. You ain't got to down the brother, you ain't got to shit on him, but talk to him and say, listen, baby, I need you to do it this way so that I can get out of it what you're trying to get out of it.
Yeah, because it's
I
the
don't
way
think
you
that's right
present
though,
it.
Phil. I'm gonna
Why?
be honest.
Why?
I've always had an issue with that because no man, he couldn't possibly pleasure me the way I pleasure myself.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's impossible. He had to find his own way or some way that I like.
I disagree.
You know the roadmap.
I agree.
You know the
There's no way
roadmap,
in the world.
Evolution. You know the roadmap. Now, yes, he has to do it, maybe make it his own, but you know the roadmap to the gold, the pot of gold.
It would be the weirdest
But
thing
see,
in the world.
Evolution, you got to
Super
understand the element of surprise usually is much better than a predictable outcome. So the thing of it is that no man could probably, compete with your toy. But we're talking about a manual situation.
Not a toy, myself. Like
We're talking about a man. That's what I'm talking about.
Are different. Like
a manual situation. Because if you can pleasure yourself, your body parts can't go nowhere.
Okay, so what?
For pleasure, it's for power.
So what?
That's it.
But it's the same thing like men.
I do. None.
It's the same thing like men.
That's different. That's because that's
no. If I give him the roadmap, he can do so much more than I can do because I'm only limited on what I can do by myself. If there's two of us in the room, there's so much more that can happen when there's two. When there's just one, you're very limited on what you can do and what you can make happen.
Yeah, but just think about the reach.
Damn,
he can go.
True.
He can go to places that you can't reach. Or it's going to be very
without the toy. Yeah.
Without the toy, 100%.
I'm like an alien. I'm always an alien when it comes to this stuff because nothing about sex says pleasure to me unless I'm doing it myself. When I'm in with somebody,
it is not pleasurable.
So you're not having. So have you not met? Have you not met a man then that you have been like sexually attracted to, or he just let you down while you gave him the chance to do that, and you just pitted it out on all guys? Because you haven't been with all guys, of course. So what?
I'm attracted all the time until the penetration, and then I'm
so the men that you have been letting penetrate you. Where does it go bad at? Because penetrated is going in. So is it the stroke? Like where? Because it just the penis inside the vagina. That's penetrating. What do you mean? Like you have to like kind of to help me understand.
It aggravates me. Just like head aggravates me. Sucking on the breast aggravates me. It be too much for me. You understand? It's like I would rather the quick and get out. So that's why I said I understand when you pay because it's 1, 2, 3 and go about your business. I don't want to lay up and do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I pleasure myself well, and that's quick too. It's a 1, 2,
that's
3.
Not enough
and I'm
for me.
about my business. Yeah, or I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? I put myself to sleep. That's how I go to sleep.
Do you got kids? Do you have any kids? And I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
I think you haven't figured out. You haven't met your match yet, and also you're just kind of simple right now. So not in a bad way.
Yeah,
it's just you just haven't met the match that'll bring it all up out of you. You know,
well,
you haven't meet that's gonna bring it all up out of you.
Hypersensuality yet. When a lot of women can't have an orgasm vaginally. And the reason being is because their vagina has more dull spots than they have more spots that actually give you a good feeling.
So in they buttock and they behind is where they can have the best. You saying?
No, some women do and some women don't.
I suck on those cucumbers. I do not insert them anywhere. I suck on them. I do not insert them anywhere. I swallow them.
So you suck on the cucumber.
Y'all don't think I'm having sex with these cucumbers, do y'all? Do y'all think I'm having sex with these cucumbers?
No. I was saying why you suck.
I'm sucking on them. It's a power move. I keep telling y'all this. I'm not putting those cucumbers anywhere down here. They go right here. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Y'all know this,
I
right?
can't
Y'all
damn.
never having sex with these cucumbers, do y'all?
F me up. I'm like, damn. I'm starting to feel like, thank you.
I practice on cucumbers, like yeah.
You just Evolution Brooklyn. You have not met your match yet. You have not met the right one to bring that sensuality out of you. So you are just stuck in this little box right here. Once Pandora's box has been opened,
not
honey,
the one under your
overflow.
bed.
Yes.
So let me ask you this, Evolution. You've never had an orgasm from a man going down on you? Or going down on you?
Never. Not even a woman either.
Never got you close. Never got you
close. Never.
What?
I need to get up and do a dance right now because I am tripping. I'm gonna fall over. I'm tripping.
America.
See, the bad part is dealing with your hypersensitivity. That's what you probably have. If you go to the gynecologist or go to a sex therapist, they probably tell you that you have hypersensitivity in certain areas, which gives you an overload as opposed to an extreme pleasure. So the thing of it is that when you attack it from that point, it'll start to be a little better because that person will have to dull the actual manipulation of certain things for you to make it feel better for you.
So any man
that
that
to the doctor, but she kept saying there's nothing wrong. She said I'm really, really small, but she was like, "That's it. It's nothing wrong with me." And I've been pregnant 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And still nothing. So
but you're really small until you feel something within your brain. A vagina expands 4 times its size. So the thing of it is that it's not about you staying what it is when you have no mindset on having sex. It's when you're involved more deeply is when your body starts relaxing and accepting more pleasure. You probably just haven't loved the person enough for it to really gel together.
That makes sense. Because I keep saying it's more like a job to me. Like I'm coming in there for a mission. You know what I'm saying?
So,
like it's not.
So you do a lot of faking and moaning for the man, right?
A lot. I deserve an Oscar, a Tony.
I could already tell. Just for him to get his shit off. I get it.
I think you gotta overcome it in your mind because I think right now it's a mental block.
Right.
And so once you overcome it in your mind, you'll be able to just let go and let God.
Yeah, I was thinking
let the man
that's
be
the way
God.
he got stories. I don't be jealous, but I'll be just like, damn, I can't wait till it happen to me.
I'm shocked. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm shocked that you have not.
I've never heard this before.
Either by the head or by penetration at all. But you know,
what you say, Phil? You said you should.
I'm surprised that she is.
Oh yeah. Me too.
In no way, shape, or form that it's only come from her pleasure in herself, whatever.
That is not enough for me.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Not you're saying I don't want to know the number of people you slept, but you're saying nobody has ever. Wow.
Ever. And I've been in long-term relationships with men and women and some at the same time. And you know.
So every time y'all are having intercourse, you let him know right now to the world, nigga, I've been faking.
Most of them know. I tell them like when I break up with them or whatever, we still in contact.
Yeah, what?
I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I be damned.
Yeah, so you know, but I mean, after that, it shouldn't even hurt his feelings because we ain't together no more, right?
Well, I mean, his self-esteem and pride, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I try to be as as nice as possible.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question, right? You can pleasure yourself and get you to a climax with your hands or with a toy.
Only with my hands.
So let me ask you a question. With your hands, you getting the right friction, et cetera, et cetera. You don't think you can't guide a man or woman, because you like both, to do the same thing that you're doing at the same tension and pressure, because your body, even though it's coming from a different angle, you'll feel it while they're touching you, like a little bit harder, a little bit softer, et cetera. So you don't feel like you could just open up and just say, hey, baby, a little bit harder, rub it this way, or hit it in the circle, or what? You don't think that you could, or you feel like you feel too uncomfortable or embarrassed to have that conversation in the midst of doing whatever?
You know what it is? I don't penetrate when I do it. So maybe the penetration just messes up for me.
No, you just
But I don't go inside when I do it.
They don't have to
I don't go inside when I
They
do
don't
it.
have to
Everything is on the outside.
They don't have to
Yeah.
penetrate to give you head, or rub your clit, or whatever the case may be. They don't have to penetrate.
The head
I'm just
bothers
saying,
But they're
I'm
not
just
gonna feel
wondering.
like they're not gonna feel like doing that without getting some yam. I'm not gonna just be eating.
But no,
You know what I mean?
she might, if she gets her thing off, she might be more susceptible to want to
You
embrace
facts, Phil.
the penetration.
No, facts, bro. Fact, right? Ain't got
That's
no
what I'm
argument
saying.
with that.
I'm just saying, do she feel like she can get to a place of the communication aspect to say, hey, baby, could you, or you
Point. Dang.
touch it like this, or rub it like that, or a little bit harder, a little bit faster, a little bit slower, right there, right the same way I got it, like right there, girl. Right there.
I've tried that one time before, like
Look at
my
Cassie.
longest relationship. It ain't work out. It aggravated the hell out of me. It just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, when you keep telling a person something and it just can't, I'm figuring that I'm just incapable of doing that. So,
It's a
I
mind thing.
find
Like
the
she gotta
fastest
get it out of her
ways
mind.
to get my partner off. I found the fastest ways to get my partner off, and that's what I do.
It's not
So
about
I go to
fast
sleep.
though. It's
Go
not
about my
about
business.
fast.
Yeah, the
I'm
fastest
with
way.
I'm with B-Hop and Cassie.
Yeah, I want them to finish.
You got to find your one. You got to find your one that breaks those walls down, that you feel comfortable to
Me
have
too.
those intimate moments. It's not just sexual moments, but intimate moments, so that y'all can passionately embrace each other, and that will help.
Your hypersensitivity might need more of a foreplay aspect. So the foreplay aspect will hopefully calm you down to the point that you're not thinking about the penetration part.
Yeah,
You're
because you
probably
don't like
thinking
it.
about the feel good part, because that intimacy can start with a good massage. That massage is the same thing that you do when you want to, get off. All you're doing is massaging yourself.
That's a fact.
So if that brother understands the art of massage, you can extend the foreplay and still have your pleasure.
It's not a bad idea though. That's not, because I haven't tried it. So, because I mean,
is there something scary about the penetration that is going what is it that you don't like about what's like holding you back? Is it going to hurt, or why don't what's that about? Just the penetration though.
Turn off, like, well, it does hurt because I'm really small, and when I get over that, I take myself to another place. It's just like I'm just aggravated then. Like,
well, realistically,
it's the mind. It's the mind
you're a
thing, y'all.
bisexual woman. So a lot of times the actual aspect of sex to you is totally different, because your mind is made up of a different component in terms of female aspects. You don't look at life like a straight female, right, because of the fact that you entertain other females for pleasure. And the thing of it is that sets your mind, the chemicals in your mind are totally different. When you look at the brain of a gay person and the brain of a heterosexual person, and you put stimulus in front of them, you're going to have different outcomes. Those different outcomes are always going to be something that looks kind of crazy to a person. You're supposed to look at a man and get hype over. Well, the thing of it is you got a lot of women out here to look at a man and don't get hype.
I do, but I don't have sex for pleasure. Like, some people just don't have sex for pleasure. Like, with either sex, even the women, it's all about domination, and that's usually what I do.
Hello,
I've heard that. I've heard that before. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Carrie. I'm sorry.
Hey, y'all, no, I wasn't coming in to butt in. If you was already talking, I'll talk after you.
Oh, no, well, I was just saying that, like, I don't do it for the pleasure because I don't get pleasure for it. But if a person walks away and say, evolution blew my mind or whatever, that's domination, that's power, and I feel good. Like that's the exciting part for me. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like I killed
And you
people. So
Oh,
I
and you
never
know
let
oh.
what's
anybody
crazy?
leave. Mm-hmm.
I only really cammed up because I wanted to agree with you, like in a real weird kind of sense. Like sex for me is not penetration either. Like I really don't like penetration. Like in real time, it's crazy to say that, but that's not my
Wow.
favorite thing. And I think that I've shied away from even being intimate or being like freaked out because I don't always want to be penetrated. And I think kind of like what you said, like when I get myself off, I'm never penetrating myself. Like I'm always just tickling my fancy and pushing along and keeping it pushing, and I just release
Pushing
something for the
along.
day. I just tickle my fancy and I keep it going, but I'm never trying to substitute a man's meat for a toy or a toy for a man's meat. I just feel like I don't need penetration unless the penetration starts in my mind first, and then by that time you get to penetrate me down there. I already got butterflies that's been waiting to be released out of a cage of just some locked in love that I've been holding back, and I can't wait to show you intimately. But you uncapsule that like as a from a caterpillar to a butterfly. But like sex doesn't do that for me these days. It hasn't done that in years for me, to where it's like I run away, like I'm damn near celibate. And I mean, like, I'm not claiming that because I don't want to be celibate. I want somebody to make, my cream, my stream cream or whatever you want to call it. But it ain't
Right.
happening like that. It's not happening. And I think that for me, and every woman is not penetrated from the outside in. Some women are penetrated from the inside out. So like if you can penetrate me from the inside and stimulate my mind and make my insides feel like I'm safe to release my temples to you, then I'm gonna give you the ins and the outs of me. Even if it don't do more for me than it do for you, I'm gonna give that to you because like Evolution said, I feel like I'm walking away a champ, making sure you good and you got every ounce of love off of you and into you. But I don't necessarily have to be penetrated. And I think that I enjoy love the most when I'm not penetrated.
Wow.
Yeah, and I understand that. I definitely understand that.
Indiana Jones.
Sometimes the penetration messes it up.
It messes it up because they start going too fast and too hard and want to bang my head on the headboard. Like, what are you
Yes,
doing? What are
it's
you
like,
doing, bro? I just got
Yeah,
my hair done.
a lot of
yes.
women
Why
have
did
said
you bring penis? We didn't
a
need
lot of women
penis for
have
this.
said that. A
We
lot of
didn't
women have
need
said that.
penis for this. Yeah, it's like that
So
though.
let me ask you
But
this.
I
Well,
but
the
I
thing
agree
of it
with you, Carrie L. It is a mental thing. It
Thank
starts in
you.
your mind first.
Yeah.
You gotta get a woman in her mind first, and then her body will release. So it is a
Her
mental
body
thing.
gonna let go. Her body don't care what you do. You can hang her ass from her feet from the ceiling, and she gonna say, "Take me, baby." But it depends on what you did to that mind first. If you ain't did nothing to my mind and my heart, you hanging me upside down. I'm finna start calling 911 from my goddamn SOS on my phone because I don't know what you trying to do with me. But if you already got my mind and my heart wrapped around your love, it ain't nothing you can't tell me you can have with my body. I don't give a damn. You can bathe me, then I can bathe you. We're gonna go to the room. We're gonna oil each other down. We're gonna feed each other grapes. We're gonna do all the great escape, shit. But if it's not there, it's not there. And I think that people are forcing love on sex and sex on love. It's not the
Mm.
same shit.
Yeah,
So
it
let
is
me
two
ask you.
different
Let,
things.
let me
That's
ask you
true.
this, Carrie L. Right? Would you say that you're comfortable with communicating if a fella is down in your garden, either giving head or playing with your area? Would you communicate if you feel as though they're not doing it properly?
Like,
Uh,
like the girl did me. Like the
yeah,
stripper
yeah.
Oh
did
Would
me.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna tell a man, hey, I mean, because I've had to tell a guy before, somebody I was in a relationship with, like, hey, I don't know what you're in a rush for, but you Speedy Gonzalez down here, and I don't need you just running through my shit. Like, take your time, spread your tongue out, do this shit right, act like you want to be down there, and act like you want it to be wet when you get in it. Don't just like start stabbing my shit with the fork of your tongue. Like, we're not doing that. So I had to pipe him down, and because sometimes me and people can be excited depending on how you butterfly somebody else, So he could have just been an eager beaver, just ready to dive in, but the diving wasn't really treading the waters lightly. So I had to let him know, like, calm down a little bit. We good. Let him know I like a flat tongue, a little warm tongue. Calm down, warm it up, and then let's get to it. But every time I'm not gonna do that. Now, if I'm coming back 5 sessions
oh
later
no
and you
no no
still
no.
running through it, then at this
Well, you
point I don't
fucking.
want no head. At this point I want no head. Kiss on my back and let's get on to something else.
See,
Because
and
now it's showing me Now it's showing me that your intimacy is not about the both of us. It's about you.
You see,
Yeah,
And
you
that's
can't
what
learn. Yeah.
and that's what I was doing to the girl, the stripper girl. I was doing the things I watched on porno, like trying to eat it and then put my
Yeah.
finger in her, like doing all that shit. And she like, whoa, whoa, but I hear the porno women yelling and screaming, but not knowing that. And like this is what I'm thinking. But she, whoa, 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 take your fingers out. Like she told me how to do it. Every girl don't like to be fingered and had a like they don't like that shit. They
a,
just want that particular area sucked on, whatever the case may be, and don't put no fingers in me. But see, I was watching porno and I am emulating what I see make other women moan.
a lot of that stuff you see on pornos is a job. A lot of it is a
I,
fantasy. A
I,
lot
I
Definitely
of
over
realized that.
animated.
it's not a real reality to what really pleasures that person, even in that scene, or whatever the case may be. Some
Yeah,
actually really get off. You can see when a
yeah.
woman actually gets off for real in a
You
porn
cannot.
scene.
I'm older now. You right. Yeah.
And then you gotta also realize when you with whoever you with, what is the ultimate goal for both of y'all? Are y'all having intimate? Are y'all making love intimately, or y'all fucking? Because those two different things
What's
too.
the
And most
what are
people,
the what are the
some people,
difference?
some women might come to the table ready to make love and have love made to them, and this man just trying to fuck your brains loose and get you tired and make you go to sleep so he can go to your phone. So it kind of just depends on
Go
what
carry
what
out.
the end goal is. You know what I'm saying? Before y'all get to that climax, because your climax
Carry
might
out.
not match what his climax is trying to match. You know, y'all might have two different point of climaxes, and you need to figure what that is out, because I feel like that the special touch is what makes it, memorable. If it's something you like, yeah, I don't know, like I ain't gonna lie, I done had people where it's like, okay, I go kick it with people, and every time I kick it, you think we finna fuck. Like, there's no way you think that that's
Mm-hmm.
all I'm coming to you for. Like, you don't have no conversation. We can't play Jenga. We can't do nothing to cook. We can have a cooking class or something. Like, every
Cooking
time I
Yeah.
class.
pull up, it's just open the legs and lay down with me. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
that.
That's
That ain't
that's
even making me
corny.
wet. That's not
That's
even
corny.
making me
Yeah.
wet. Then it's no
Yep.
major foreplay in between. The foreplay should take up to about 20 to 45. And then we're going to get
Yes.
on in some other stuff. Y'all not even warming the car up. You just jumping in and just cranking it up and going. Can we
But
warm the
those
car up a little bit?
those be the men, honestly, that don't get the puss like you think or like they portray, right? Those be the men that the women think, oh, they got all, and as soon as they get a woman, they don't even know what to do. It be mostly them type of dudes who do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
there's
It
a
be
Philo,
thing
mo-
Philo
called
mess you
love
up.
language. Now we're learning love making language. Love
You sound you
making
Mm-hmm.
sound you
language.
sound like you sound like
He
a
sure do. I said, who in the
I,
goddamn
I was
scuba
wondering
diving
who
too?
got a TV.
Who's
me,
scuba diving?
Well, I
me.
haven't changed anything. So the thing of it is that love making language can be just as difficult as a love language. But the thing of it is, you need, by asking those questions and being patient, you learn a different aspect of things. That's why you have to, one, acknowledge her for being a person. You can't reduce her to a body part,
That part.
Joe
because then
Kane, that's it.
you'll never get to the end goal, because you're not giving her the respect of being a full person. And a
Dang,
lot of times, a lot of these brothers don't look at you as a full person.
like an
Exactly.
animal.
They want you
It's
to
like an
come with head. They
animal.
want you to come give head, but have no brain.
Don't start.
I hear
Look,
you. I hear
No,
you.
carry
no,
out.
they
Don't
want you to
start.
give them unlimited
There you
head, but
go.
but detach the brain. Leave your brain at home. I want the
Yeah.
head, no brain. Okay. And it's like, no, this ain't no damn all you can eat your head buffet. This ain't it. Now, come on now. My brain come with it. I'm gonna need you to massage my brain too. Don't just massage my head when it's down there eating you out. Come on, we gotta
And
get to the right
Yeah.
shit.
that's why that's why I do what I do, because before all this start, I make sure I tell the woman all that before I give her what I give her.
Keep me there
Well,
gonna
I was
always find a way to go back to that's why I do what
I
I
think King Media got. I think King
I'm just
Media
making you
got a
laugh.
discount. I think he got a personal code and a discount code for the washy wash. So if you use his code, you get a discount. You go
do. Like
back
he need one of them punch cards they used to give at Smoothie
and
King where you get 10 punches, you get a free washy wash pass. As much as he go.
You know what?
Look, or 10
They
10 punches,
But
you
you
get a
know
free
what?
penny souvenir or something to take home, nigga.
Yeah,
The
my
bad
cousin
part,
used to
the
go
bad part is
downtown.
they're not lying though. They're not even making the joke. That's the truth. That's
Yeah, my
like
cousin
Oh,
used
they
to
got
go
that's the
discounts
downtown.
You
truth.
got a discount card?
for the washing machine.
No, not a discount. But on my birthday, the birthday before last, I got the two women for 120. I told y'all that.
But in a situation like that, King, me now, do you ever feel, even though you approach and control most of that dynamic, do you ever feel reduced down or used down to a body part or your money, like someone else could feel reduced down or bought for, like how they could feel bought on one end or paid for on one end or prostituted on one end? Do you ever feel like a pimp, or do you ever feel like they use you
No,
for your money, or do you ever feel like
do- no.
ostracized?
What I feel like is this. Honestly, I
Do you
feel
ever feel
like that.
grossed out at yourself for doing that shit for all this time, or
No,
do you love it?
let me answer you. No, I love the shit out of it, and let me tell you why. Right?
Oh,
And the reason why I love the shit out of it because I know where these women are coming from. Right? I know that I don't have to have a woman at my house, maybe trying to set me up because I do have money, get me right. Like, so the comfortability of knowing all this and still have to take a woman that's my girlfriend home, give her what she want, she give me what I want, but still have to worry about the game playing and the other dude she might be talking to until I find the right one. Yes, I love what I do because I know when I leave the washy wash, quote unquote, that I can drive home, nobody's going to follow me, and I can go to sleep. And I don't have to wake up worrying about her calling me, asking me for more money, or just calling me, period, and bothering me. I love that feeling. Yes, I do.
Well, that sounds like the path of least resistance. You can't go wrong with that because it doesn't require much. It just requires a couple of dollars. Thing of it is the
Love
hard
takes
part
work.
with anything is the communication aspect,
That part.
is the human interaction aspect. If you just
And
don't
that,
want to be bothered, it's only because of the fact that one, good experiences haven't followed you for long. You need a few more good experiences. That way it may settle down that understanding of the one way to travel.
that's
Mm,
why I said to you at the
I
beginning
agree
when
with
you
you.
asked me
I
that
agree
I
with
am not running for love. That I used to say that F that I don't want no people know how I talk, but as I got a little older, I am not going to turn away the person that I believe God put here for me. So that is one change in my mind. But what I'm also not going to do is have a girl come on a journey when I have a couple of things I need to fix in my life, like the drug thing, and it's just really that because the money, my living situation, all that's cool. So I do not want to bring a kid into this world where their dad is a drug addict, right? Or their mom. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to raise the. It is going to sound. I don't want nobody to take offense, but I don't want the average hood black kid from my hood. Let me just speak for me from my hood because I saw it, and let me not even talk about because I'm not even trying to cause controversy. So the hood I was from and lived, I saw the women because I was next to Bartow Village. OG from Philly, he knew where Bartow Village is at. So I was
I
right
live
around the
down the
corner.
street from it.
I was on 58th. I was on 58th for King Sesson.
Well, I live at 70th and Lindbergh. I'm down the street.
So we in the area. So Bartram Village, right? And I was a girl that I was dealing with over there, and I saw so many women. And when I say so many, that's an understatement. Of 24 and 23 with 4 kids, and no judgment, no judgment. Deadlock. It just a bunch. It looked like a circus act, right? It to me, those kids don't even have what's the word? A chance. It looks like to me at that time, right? And they grow up in their environment and they become what they become due to the becoming a product of their environment, right? Sometimes I don't want to start my kid off bad already, right? So when I have a kid, I'm not going to be addicted to drugs or do drugs at that, right? I'm going to be more cleaner. like folding my clothes. I'm just being a man. I'm going to be able to have my wife stay home from work, and I don't believe in a public school system. So I want a smart woman that we can hire a tutor, or if she's smart, she go homeschool
Well,
him or
guess
her.
what? Guess what? And I don't mean to cut you off because we could go a long way with this conversation into overtime. A man will prepare for what it is he wants. So if that's a future endeavor that you want, you start making preparation before it comes about. So that God sees that you're ready for the right woman
You right,
to
Phil.
come along to come into your
That's
life.
real shit, Phil. That's real shit, bro.
We could go on. We could go on for hours and hours, money long
Real
style, with this
shit there, yeah.
conversation because there's a lot of different directions we can go in it. But we got to come to a end for this journey. But make sure you come back next week because you never know what you might get. We want to give closing responses from our special co-hosts that are up here with us. Who wants to go first? Kick me now.
I go first. Y'all can hear me?
I go first.
Wait, Carol, we want you up here last, Carol.
Oh, golly. Y'all trying to do some old surprise proposal last week.
So, Phil, I want to thank you, Phil, for letting me come up here and to show my side, that I know how to talk and can have an intellectual conversation, and it's not always you know what I'm saying, and that it's not what y'all think. I believe when I'm ready, like Phil said, I will start making the preparation to do what I need to do, and that's all I'm saying.
Appreciate you kicking me now. You're at home.
Great.
Come back whenever you want, brother.
All right, man.
Until the next
Well,
episode.
You know what I think, bro? I'm glad that we interact the way we do. Mainly because we get some things accomplished in terms of a better understanding of societal issues.
That part.
And that's all we get asked for, is to pour into each other things that will matter that you can take with you and use right away. Evolution. I heard you on Will's Live. Unfortunately, a lot of times people don't know how to present the information. You can say whatever it is you need to say. It's cut and dry as you need to say it. You just need to do it with more tact.
Right.
And the problem is a lot of these people don't have tact, and they're not even understanding of what it even means.
Yes.
So if I'm going to get my point across, or I'm going to be anything to you, I have to understand and make sure that you don't get turned off by what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because I need you to come closer to me with what I'm saying, not run away from me. That's where a lot of people go wrong. And all these so-called gurus on here, see, he always says nobody can beat him in an argument. Well, if you typically pinpoint every question just to get one answer, then you're never going to have a good conversation about the total aspect of things.
Yes, very triggering conversation, and I calmed down. Shy, I know what he's talking about. I told something about a trauma in my life, and Shy had to come up and help me because it was so triggering, like, you know, the worst.
Because he wasn't looking at the sentimental value. What he was looking at is a cut and dry situation. He doesn't understand that life produces gray areas. You got to acknowledge the gray areas as much as you acknowledge the black and white. Because if you don't, there's things you're going to miss. It's just like religion and science. There's certain things that religion and science are not going to explain with each other. That's why belief comes in. It creates that bridge. If you don't have that bridge, then you're going to be stuck on one side or the other. So the realities of life, and hopefully anybody is looking, they understand that it's about how you present it. How educated are you on the topic, which gives you a better understanding, use better terminology.
That's a
But
fact.
I just wanted to tell you, I heard that situation, and I asked to cam up because I wanted to come in and give a different perspective of it, and I wanted to prove him wrong with everything that he was saying, in the sense that he doesn't understand that it goes outside of those little petty
Yeah.
questions that you ask.
Yes.
Life isn't those specific questions. Life is about a broader spectrum. And are you considering anything outside of your questioning, which will give you a better understanding of the broader aspect of things? But
Yeah.
thanks, Phil. I appreciate
Appreciate you.
it.
You know you always at
Evolution,
home
love
with
you,
me.
baby.
That's love you, Beehive.
Cariel, it was good. It was good hearing from you.
You too.
So y'all
Yeah.
have a good one.
You too,
Yes,
You
my
too.
you
brother. Be
too.
blessed.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
So I hate when he do this because Carriel should be in the middle. Like,
oh my God. Oh no.
like the
No,
setup ain't right.
no, he needs to be in the middle. I'm
What?
good on the end. I'm
I
just
good
tag
on
along.
the end.
I'm just
Anywho,
tag along, baby.
you what?
I
Hey,
ain't say nothing down here, nephew.
yeah,
Matter of fact, look, I got it. I got it. Look.
you have any final words, Carriel?
Yeah, my final words, y'all doing good thing with y'all shows.
Thank
You
you.
know, your morning and your night gigs. You know, the graveyard and the morning shift. Y'all shifting, y'all shifting the culture of things. And, you winning yourself over in the black community field. Every day we starting to believe more and more into You're doing a good thing for us black people, and we proud of you. You are invited to the barbecue. We just want to let you know you are
Yes.
invited. But now, on a real tip, shout out to y'all. Y'all got a good vibe all the time. It's been a minute. It took me a minute to get on over here through trials and tribulations, but I'm
Wow.
here, and
I'm glad you
have no
came.
fear. Have
You were
no
so
fear.
funny.
Carrie is here, but it's good to be a part of these type of healthy conversations, so everybody can get a different perspective, a different bite. Because no matter what, we can all have the same plate of food, but it's gonna taste different to all of us. So
That's a
I
fact.
think that that's nice to be able to all serve a plate of our own perspectives and be able to walk away with a different taste on the conversation. So. And you just never know what you have in common with people, or who else thinks like you, or moves like you, or lives life the way you live it. And you realize, okay, I might be alienated, but I'm not as abnormal as I think I am. So
Right.
y'all definitely bring some good realization, understanding, and factual just speaking to y'all's platform. And it's to be celebrated. So shout out to
Appreciate
y'all. And
it.
Phil, maybe we can get one of these shows without the cap in the hat. You can take the cat in the hat off.
There you go. There you go.
I saw the
Man,
picture too.
yeah, you saw that. You saw that.
Look,
Yes.
he did the bad B pose. He went to the side. I said, okay,
Girl, then he over there looking like he finna go a hunting. A hunting wheel, go a hunting wheel. Like, boy, let me find out you who I need to go get my wood from in the winter from. Let me find
but
out.
only you can do that carry out. Only you is there to take a picture. Like you are
Yes.
good. You are
Cause Phil
good.
want me to see the real him. He want to show the Timothy in him. That's Timothy. Phil Timothy.
You know what?
No, shout out to y'all. Y'all keep the vibes good. You know what I'm saying? Keep God first all the
That
time. I
part.
gotta say that. You know what I'm saying? And love those that love you. Pray for those that hate you, and everything of that, and then everything above that. And yeah, never stop dreaming. Never stop dreaming. Never stop achieving, and never stop being who you is for nobody. That's it. That's all. That's all I gotta say. I'm out.
And keep
Yes,
that apple juice
salute,
to the core.
queen. Salute. And I want an invitation to the wedding. I love when she up here, Phil, because you cannot be cool for nothing.
I was chilling the whole time. What you talking? I was
You
chilling.
lose all cool, Phil, but I love it.
I
That's good.
never.
That means the emotions and everything is strong. I love that. I love that. I'm
You
gonna
got a
live
fever.
through y'all.
Hold
But
on.
my
I think
prince, he
Evolution got a
coming
fever.
somewhere, my king.
I think she got a fever. I think she got a
At
fever.
this point, my queen, at this point.
That mad.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yes.
Look at
But
these.
look, I had nothing long to say because I would be honest. Me sitting here, I'm super tired. Like, but I've been up all day. So as I was sitting, I'm really, really tired. You know, B-Hop voice is like a lullaby. Like, like he put you right to sleep. I gotta wait one more appearance, and then after that, I am.
Wow.
Yes, I want to thank everybody for coming up though, because at least we had a very good, intelligent conversation.
That
Yeah, I'm
part.
saying it had different plateaus and stuff like that, but I respect everybody's opinion. It was nice to see King Me now, do something different than he normally does. We may never see that again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
B Hop, the wisdom that he gives. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? That was amazing. Carry on coming up here. And finally somebody feel like I feel, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the sexual side of life for a woman.
That's
You know what I'm
man,
saying? I
man,
finally got somebody
man.
that so now I don't have to feel like an alien. That was great. It was a good night. It was a good night. I appreciate this. Is a beautiful community. I appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you for B Hop. Thank you for King Me Now. Thank you for Cassie. Thank you for Carrie L for coming up and being a part of the conversation. Did Shaw Love come? Shaw come up? She came up, right?
No, she ain't come up
No,
today.
Shaw didn't come up.
But she was
I thank everybody that came up and became part of the special co-host for the night. It took the conversation into different areas and different dynamics, but I think it was a great show, a wonderful show, where people can glean something out of it, different parts of it, whether it was the turn up salacious aspects or the knowledgeable aspects or the revealing aspects of certain things. And guess what? We're going to give you more of that next Friday. Listen, y'all come back Monday morning. Y'all come back. Listen. Oh, yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting together a video for the theme song for the Good Morning Gang morning show. I need for people that want to be involved just to film yourself singing Good Morning Gang. A good morning gang. You don't have to be able to sing because your visual will be used, not your voice. And while the verse is being rapped, maybe dance to get your little gig on or something, because it's gonna be cut 2 shots of people, whatever the case, to bring it together, and it will be used as part of the intro in the theme music for the Good Morning Gang morning show footage, or whatever the case may be. So if you want to be involved, just have at it and get it to me, and I'll get you in there like swimwear. I ain't gonna hold everybody up because we went overtime, and it was kind of a good thing we did in a way. But listen, smile, because you never know what you might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. And y'all know the last part. I'm not anti you. I'm pro me, with the emphasis on building weight. Let that marinate in that thick hair, whether it's a pineapple or an apple. Let it marinate. Until the next time we can chop it up and have a tay-to-tay. Until that day, ladies and gentlemen, me and Evolution gonna say, holla. They get their figurity out of here. You feel me?